You should make a sign for your giveaway because we are live.
No.
Welcome to Greatest Show 88, where we have one bald guy and two other dudes, one with long hair that looks like a lady but a bearded lady, and then the other one with his ethnic friend, and then my wife who's got long hair, and we have somebody else on her way in.
I'm the ethnic friend.
Totally.
Yes.
Hey, but mine's not off the plane.
That's all right. Mine got off a boat.
Wow. I'm DJ.
It's okay.
I'm DJ. This is Tricia. That's Metal Jesus with the long hair, and Saurabh is the one that's making the making us all feel uncomfortable before going. Don't worry about it. Where is your descendants from, Saurabh?
I'm from India. It's fully Indian.
Fully Indian.
Fully. There's no mix. There's no crossbreeds. Nothing in the middle.
No cream filling.
No cream filling. I mean, I guess it's all cream filling, but no cream filling.
Uh-oh, we're having troubles here.
Uh-oh, technical problems.
You know, if she was on more often, this wouldn't happen.
Damn it, Morgan.
So, what?
Nothing. Beer.
Cheers.
And I'm drinking Henry Reinhardt's orange. I'm drinking Henry Reinhardt's orange first.
You know, I haven't found that yet.
I think they make it around here or deliver it.
You know, it wasn't first actually. I was drinking the vanilla cream ale first, and now I'm done with it. Got something printing.
Where's your clipboard?
My clipboard.
Didn't you have a clipboard at home at one point?
There should be one in the bedroom. It should be near the sex toys. What are you laughing at? Everybody's got a set of nipple clamps that hook up to a battery. Okay, we all have it, Saurabh. It's normal.
Attached there.
Yeah, what do you think they were?
Lefty and righty between the legs.
Oh, for those that might be watching for the first time, we have a chat room. This will be the second episode we've ever had this chat room. We are actively in it, so you can start chatting away. You can just pick a name, and if you want to be a dickhead, you can. I don't advise it because I'm just guessing. But while I am not quick with the wit, I am guessing Saurabh can really make you feel inadequate if you want to be a dick in the chat. So just be careful.
I can try. I do have some skill in that area. We'll see.
Well, yeah. Oh. What in the?
I don't know.
Apparently it's a Hangout notification. It's what happens when I invite like 70 people and then one person shows up. So the idea of this show was to talk about RPGs almost exclusively, which is why I named this show The Masqueradening.
All right.
Sweet.
But with Morgan coming on, we're going to throw some Doctor Who in there too because, well, Morgan and I are kind of Doctor Who experts.
This guy give you a run for your money.
No, trust me, he knows more. I'm just the new doctor.
If we go with the lower number of Doctor being the rating knowledge, I would be closer to 1 and 2, whereas I'm guessing Metal Jesus is probably up in the double digits.
I started with Paul McGann, so Paul McGann is my first Doctor.
That's 8.
Yep.
8.
Well, my first Doctor was number 5, so I started with 5, went all the way up through 7, then went all the way back because PBS at the time kept doing that. They kept looping back. So then they went back to 3. Then I got to see 3 and 4, 5, 6, and 7 again. And then they went all the way back to 1, showed us as many 1s as they had, many 2s as they had, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 again.
Nice.
Okay, she says she's going to join the call.
Right.
Will Morgan Imperial join this call? Find out live on the Greatest Show 88.
Do the drum roll.
Oh, you want trouble?
Yeah, it might be a good idea. And for anyone that might be wondering, 88s, while if you tilt them sideways, they do look like infinity symbols. They also look like emoji boobs. So twice as many emoji boobs this episode as normal.
I'll be right back. You wait in here. No, you wait in here. Oh, I found your clipboard finally.
Yay! There's Morgan Imperial!
Hi.
Hello.
Oh my god, you let your hair grow.
Well, I'm getting married.
Oh.
So, you know.
Well, I mean, you know, I didn't know if we were going to go for a want your hair fancy or if you were just going to go like I'm me and everyone's just going to have to live with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could have done it that way, but I don't know. I thought, why not? And I can cut it all off again when I'm done, so.
So, well, first off, how long is it?
How long is my hair?
Yeah, is your hair, yeah.
Really long. I haven't had a haircut since February of last year.
Wow. Okay, so that you know who these other gentlemen are, the long-haired hippie-looking weirdo is Metal Jesus. His name's Kevin, and then his friend is Saurabh, who's ethnic.
Ethnic, yeah.
You know what? We've been trying to come up with nicknames for everybody. Saurabh, you are now ethnic Jesus.
All right, I can live
Well,
with
but, I mean, Jesus was ethnic, right? I mean, I know that we love our iconic white Jesus, but realistically.
Original Jesus.
Well, Jesus classic.
The Jesus classic.
I like that.
So, well, the joke was that originally we had a Kevin on, the other Kevin who's working right now. So we had Kevin on, and then Metal Jesus came on, and we're like, we need some way to distinguish him. And Metal Jesus said, "Call me Metal Jesus," and I'm like, all right. And then we started calling other Kevin Soft Rock Messiah last week. So nicknames are going around.
Whoa, she grew hair.
Yes,
She
I
has more hair
did.
than me.
It's true.
It's only temporary. Don't get used to it.
Since when can we ask is the wedding, or isn't there a date yet?
We had set a date before we started going through the visa process, and the visa process took a little bit longer than we thought it was going to, so now we have to change the date. So no, we don't have a date right now, but we will probably have one quite soon.
So then,
Like in a
right
couple
before I
weeks.
start showing our promo code here, I need to know, is this date going to be inside of 6 months?
Oh, it has to be. I only have 6 months to be there.
Oh.
I have 6 months in which for us to wait while the Home Office investigates and makes sure that it's not a sham marriage.
Well, if it is, you guys are really committed to this sham.
Oh, I know. We've been working at this for 5 years, planting the seeds in various lime-flavored Emerald Spectre podcasts and things.
All right. You're nationally famous, and you've bought other couples into your huge ruse.
Yes, yes.
Hey, we're
yes.
Thanks for
Sure
clarifying.
you're not. Sure you're not.
That was that.
So basically, I've got 6 months, but there's up to the investigation can take up to 70 days, and then we can get married, and then we got to start on the next visa.
So what I need
To
to tell my lovely wife here then is we need to start getting passports.
Uh-huh.
It's a good idea, because of course you are going to want to come and visit us.
Oh, I can't wait till they get stolen, too.
Oh, yeah, we recently had some identity theft happen. We had some documents stolen.
We've had physical identity theft at this point.
newcomer.
And what a better segue into
Yeah, exactly.
okay, so for those, before we go any further, so if you're watching live for the next 24 hours, from this point on, for the next 23 hours and 45 minutes, if you go to madebytricia.com and order a 5-ounce bag of dog treats, instead of paying $5 and paying $3 shipping and handling, you will get a $5 rebate to only pay the shipping and handling. So basically, you're getting a bag of dog treats free just for shipping by putting in the show code that's right there.
Which is show 88.
Show 88, or for those that were here just a few minutes ago, show double boob emoji.
Except that won't work.
The more you know.
And there isn't a boob emoji.
Yeah, well,
But the 8 sideways looks like a boob emoji.
Okay, so sideways boob.
Sideways boob emoji twice.
Dog treats.
Dog treats. I'm a little loopy because I'm on my second drink. So yeah. So yes, we've had a trying week. To drag the show back down.
Yeah, so somebody out there really wants to be a couple from North Dakota.
No, don't propose that.
Wow. Awkward.
just relax.
I'm going for the comedic softball.
You're lobbing it over the fence. It's foul territory.
So, Morgan, you haven't been on in a long time.
Be right back.
I don't even know the last episode you were on. That's how long it's been.
I was on that time that I was
Stella.
severely hungover. That was the last time I was on. That was about 2 years ago.
Wow.
I think that was after my going away party.
Oh.
When I went away the first time.
Gotcha.
The first time.
They were like, let's send her back for a while. She's refreshing. She's all hungover. We can't have her like this. Oh, did you like my post?
Sorry?
Sorry, no, go ahead.
I can't believe you got Carl on the show. I mean, it's like 4 a.m. over there.
Well,
I didn't see that episode when he was on.
For the Game of Thrones edition, I had invited a butt ton of people. I mean, I had invited people I never invited. The fucking list was huge. And me and Metal Jesus showed up. I had a Tricia, I believe. And then Carl pops in at like 10 p.m. or 10:30 local, which is when the end of the show technically happens. And I'm like, holy shit! And he's like, yeah, it's really early. And instead of going for my walk this morning, I thought I'd call you.
That was a fun show.
It was a fun show.
Thank you.
And I invited him again tonight. In fact, I invite the same people all the time, hoping that they'll just jump in. Morgan.
Well, I wouldn't have had much to contribute anyways, because I have neither seen nor read the Song of Fire and Ice, or whatever it's called. So.
You know, we didn't talk a whole lot about Game of Thrones on the Game of Thrones edition of the show.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me too much.
Well, it's like two people can only talk so long. It's like, we're done. And we're just kind of like quietly staring at each other awkwardly, and then Carl popped in.
His appearance was the segue into the new topic.
Yes. Yes. Oh, kitty. Good kitty.
Kitty meow meow. Bring me your stick.
Oh, did you like my comment on Facebook when you said you're in town in Bismarck and you've got a limited time to hang out with other people? And I said, and then you're going to come to Portland so we can send you off right on a non-stop flight from Portland to London. It's non-stop.
Well, you know, as great as that would be, I already know how much of a pain it is to try and visit people with, my weight and luggage being carted around, and it is. I would not want to do that again.
Well, as
much as I would love to come and visit, and I'm sure Carl and I can can come and visit at some point. That would be a lot of fun.
So, you haven't heard yet, so I will tell you now. I just let the rest of the show know. Well, maybe it was off the air. I don't know if it was off the air. So I'm a postal supervisor. Did you know that much?
I thought you probably were. Is that new, or?
No, I came one
Do you want to?
at the end of 2014, and I'm now going back to delivering mail here in Portland as a
Oh, okay.
because I am fat again.
Oh yeah, that's the reason.
What's up, kitty?
I'm a Kit Kat, and I like to be on the TV. Show me, everybody. Show me. I'll play with that. You give me that. Give me the stick. I'm gonna bite it. It keeps poking me. What is it? Where's the red dot?
Big.
Yeah.
She's full grown now.
Yep.
She's while
All
she
claws.
is still violent, she's less violent than she used to be. Yes, meow. You are way less violent. You still earned the middle name Godzilla, so it's Isis Godzilla Allen. Just still applies.
Still can't touch the belly. Unless she's in her easy chair.
And her easy chair, by the way, is if she's sitting on my chest and I don't want her sitting on my chest, I get a pillow down here and I sort of flop her on her back, and then she just sits there like she's watching TV, drinking a beer.
Nice.
Cute.
And now she's on the floor like, oh, I'm so tired, I need to lay down.
Isn't that the typical cat behavior?
Yeah, typical.
What? Was that a Navy slur?
Oh, yes.
You were in the Navy?
Well,
No. He was.
I was in the Navy. And as a consequence, the rest of you are in the Navy too. I have just drafted you into the Emerald Spectre Navy.
in the Navy.
Wow. I think Metal Jesus is going through a tunnel. He might be disconnected here accidentally. Well, it's nice to see you, Morgan.
Thank you. I've not wanted to be on the show because it's embarrassing to be like, well, here I am. Nothing's changed. Don't have a life. It sucks.
But you could have
Etc.
been talking all the awesome with us. We could have distracted
Oh,
you.
I know.
DJ never has anything important to say, and it doesn't stop him from getting on this every week.
There's only one person that's been on all 88 episodes of this show, and that is me. And I'm going to teach others how to start the show so that they can have shows when I'm off too, so that I can have some time off.
So how did the show start, man? How did you get the idea to do something like this?
Well, I got a hold of Bob, who I hadn't talked to in a long time at that point, and I'm like, you want to do a video podcast? He's like, yeah, let's do it. And, well, on March 23rd of 2013, it was born.
Indeed.
Yeah, so a lot of thought went into it, is what he's saying.
Yo, you want to
And
do a podcast? Sure, let's do a podcast.
We've gone through a lot of time changes. Like at one point we were like on Friday nights and Saturday nights and Sunday mornings, Sunday afternoons, back to Saturday nights, back to Thursdays. I was all over the place, and this Saturday night thing has been the longest stint of us being in one time slot for a long period of time. And if Bob actually continues to do the job that he is trying to do so that he can quit his other job, we're going to have to change the time again because Bob will never be available at this time then.
Bob could podcast from here up there. The new job.
Well, while I like the theory, I don't want to hear just a loud, monotonous thumping in the background and flashing lights on his side that dominates the screen while the rest of us are trying to hold a conversation. That he pops in every once in a while and goes, whoops, I spilled my beer in my pewter, hang on a second.
Actually, I think that'd be kind of fun. We should get Bob on here.
No. There was a viewer that popped in. If you're new, there is a show code that you can put in on my and at madebytricia.com. You can get $5 off your order if you put in show 88. And Morgan, you should know this too. Well, that's Peter Petrelli. No. Morgan, you should know this too. On the wall behind us is our chat room, tlk.io/thegreatestshow. It's free. You can pop in, create a name. Nobody's using it, but I made it because somebody asked us last week, where's the chat room? And I'm like, I don't have a chat room. And then Metal Jesus found it, and now we have a chat room.
Cool. Awesome.
But nobody's using it.
That's not true. Baby Steve's in there.
Baby Steve. I don't think I can. No, I can only type text.
Okay.
I can only type text. Oh.
Otherwise, I would have posted a picture of our upside down cat. She's staring at the pig from the floor upside down right now.
That is what she likes to do. So we were just discussing Doctor Who before you said you were coming in. So we were rating our knowledge based on how small the number of Doctor is that you would rate yourself as your knowledge. So I would be either 1 or 2, and I think Metal Jesus wants to be in the 8-9 area. What about you, Morgan?
Wait, how does your rating work?
The lower the better.
Oh, okay.
Or the lower the smarter.
In terms of your knowledge of particular doctors, how far back it goes, or I'm sorry, I don't understand.
The knowledge in general, like if somebody's
Your Doctor Who knowledge.
Yes, if you are being tested on the game show of Doctor Who knowledge, your goal is to be the lower number. What would you achieve as your number?
I don't know. I like to think I would do pretty well. I mean, when we did Doctor Who Trivial Pursuit,
Oh, yeah.
that really demonstrated our geekiness.
And then, that was kind of, now that I remember that was kind of revenge on this one for playing Beatles trivia against me and watching me answer all the questions like this.
Oh, I don't even know half the Beatles ones. They're so crazy.
Yeah, but you had 150% more chance of getting that than I did.
Yeah, and didn't you have like Star Wars Trivial Pursuit too, which I'll know nothing about?
Yeah, I did.
So for us to play Trivial Pursuit together, we would get 2 games.
Yeah, and I would
one
be asked,
that I had knowledge on and one that he had knowledge on, and then we would have to ask questions from the ones we knew so that we could actually compete against each other.
It's true.
Seems fair. So I guess, I don't know, I'm probably not as knowledgeable as DJ, but close to it, maybe.
Is that a bald joke? Is that a reference to the lack of hair I have?
I didn't say anything in relation to hair.
Oh. Well, that's because I'm old. I hear things.
Full dementia.
And I don't hear things. Something that we have not done in a really long time, that I haven't done it because Bob hasn't been on in a while, and Metal Jesus and Saurabh haven't been introduced to it. But now that I got Morgan on, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people to do it, we're going to do a Mad Libs, folks!
Woo!
And I downloaded an app that has adult Mad Libs.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I can't
just-
do it.
What?
I turn 17 next month.
Yeah, he's not 18, dude.
Whatever.
But
But-
again, all Mad Libs are adult Mad Libs if you play it right.
Technically. And I'm surprised we really haven't used adult language in this one.
Well, that's a good time to start.
All right. So what I'll do is I'll rotate what everybody gets, and if there's one that there's a house rule that we have, I will explain the house rule before you answer. So I'm going to start with the person next to me because that's who I'm going to start with. You have to choose an adjective.
Feathery.
Feathery. I like where this is going. Morgan, you also have an adjective.
Moist.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Your favorite. As in moist chunks.
Yes. All right. Since we're going with the theme with ladies, Saurabh, you're next with a verb.
The verb, let's see. Thrust.
Thrust. Metal Jesus, you get part of the body. Now, keep in mind, in the past, and you may not have seen these, Bob names the weirdest shit like nostril or pubic hair. Or, I mean, it's just, you're like expecting him to say dong, and he says...
The bilabial fricative.
What?
The bilabial fricative. Those little 2 points beneath the nostril.
Is that really what it's called?
Yeah.
Labial fricative.
Thing.
I
It's
spelled it wrong.
right here.
I think you... did you want to try,
Yeah.
Bob?
I get a name. Oh no, I get a noun. Sorry, I get a noun, and I'm gonna go with alligator. Tricia, noun.
Did you see her face? It just went from smiling to like, oh my god, I have to do this now.
Let's see. Noun. Noun.
Yes, noun.
Ooh, protein powder.
Protein powder. There's another one that throws me for a loop. You get another adjective, Morgan.
Throbbing. There always has to be a throbbing member, right? That's the
potential.
cliche.
Saurabh, you get article of clothing.
Oh, article of clothing. Jock.
Jock.
Strap.
Or jockstrap, yeah.
Jock. Strap. Metal Jesus, noun.
Baker's yeast.
Baker's yeast.
You know, the yeast that makes dough turn into bread.
That's legit. That's
Wow.
So yeast.
Well, no, dude.
Like food. Moist, chunky brownies. Now this
Ew.
one says same noun, but I'm going to let Tricia choose whatever noun she wants.
So I don't have to choose moist, chunky brownies?
Right. No, that was the type of food.
Oh, type of food. Oh, okay. Noun.
Yeah.
Noun. Crochet hook.
Crochet hook.
Ooh.
I don't want to know where that goes.
Ouch.
What's chunky brownies?
Morgan, you get a place, and before you name a place, and it can be any place, anywhere, ever, in existence, ever. Saurabh, you got to start thinking about yours. Yours is the last one, and it's an adjective. So, Morgan, go.
Okay.
A place.
Place.
Probably.
Trafalgar Square.
Trafalgar Square. And Saurabh, you're up. Adjective. You're the last one.
Slippery.
Oh, yeah. Here it goes. Fall into place, and let's get to reading. All right. The title of this is Office Party Oath. Tonight is the feathery office holiday party, and I do hereby promise that I will not make the same moist mistakes as last year. I will not thrust too much eggnog and fall on my labial fricative. When my boss wishes me a merry alligator, I will not shout, "What am I, a protein powder magnet?" I will not sniff near my boss's wife and ask why she's marinating in such a throbbing perfume. I will not make photocopies of my jockstrap and dance on the baker's yeast. I will not step in the moist, chunky brownies while dancing on the crochet hook. I understand that it does not amuse my colleagues when I joke, this isn't an office, it's a Trafalgar Square with fluorescent lighting. This year, I promise I will be on my most slippery behavior because for the love of Pete, I can't keep looking for a new job every New Year's Day.
It works. It works well.
It works.
Yay! And because we're bringing that back, we're going to do that again later in the show. So before you go, Morgan, you should say, hey, we should do one more match.
Okay.
Which would be at like 2.5 hours from now. For anyone that's just joining us, I just bumped the offer of dog treats. If you go to madebytricia.com and put in show 88 when you buy something, you'll get $5 off.
Get them dog treats, people. Your dog will love them.
Yes.
Yep. Free bag of dog treats. Oh. Dog treats.
There they are.
And I just have to say that we haven't prompted anybody yet to be intelligent about any of this, but I am very proud that nobody has made the dumb jokes that she hears all the time, which I have heard personally, because we're all smart enough to realize that probably hear these dumb jokes a lot.
I honestly think I've just gotten lucky. I'll make a dumb joke eventually.
No, no dumb jokes.
I'll give you 10 minutes for fear.
It's 15.
So do the two guys underneath the Budweiser sign? Do you watch the new Doctor Who when it comes out?
I do.
I unfortunately do not know much about Doctor Who. I've seen a bunch of episodes here and there, but that's about it.
All right. Well, that'll prevent him from having to kick him out of your house, Metal. At least he's seen it.
Yep. There's something redeeming about him. Yeah. What it is, I don't know yet, but it's there.
If you find out, let me know, because I'm clueless as well.
Sure. So, what? Maybe what?
Nothing. Continue on.
Okay. Morgan, since there's only going to be one episode this year, how do you feel about that?
Kind of bummed. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the new companion. I don't know if you saw the little teaser that was maybe it was about 3 minutes long or so. That it was her and the Doctor.
She has a male name.
Her name's Bill.
Bill. Yes.
Okay.
I don't understand why Bill. I don't understand, but I suppose we'll find out.
Yeah, I know there is a reason. I think maybe probably not the in canon or in context reason, but out of context, it could be a reference to William Hartnell. But I like it, and I liked her, and I liked the dynamic that she had with the Doctor, and the little bit that it was sort of he's trying to explain the Daleks. Which, I mean, this is something we've seen with so many Doctors and companions, but I liked the fresh take on it, that she really is, like, asking a lot of questions.
I like the fact that she's not all like, oh, you're the greatest guy I've ever met, I want to travel with you forever. Like,
yeah, that's true. I also like that. Because, yeah, you can't have... The Doctors and the companions should not fall in love and whatever. That's...
Thank you. Thank you.
Metal Jesus over here is thanking you profusely for that statement.
It's because it's
true.
I mean, on top of other things, like the fact that it's a 50-year running show, and there's things, if you want the show to live another 50 years, there's things you shouldn't do, and having the Doctor be attached to one specific person, is one of them. But also, when you think about the Time Lord intelligence and that they're, kind of a different species, it's kind of like bestiality, which is a bit creepy. Because, like, the IQ difference between the Doctor and a companion, and the IQ difference between the companion and, say, a goat, is probably comparable, if not more significant.
And that's how I
we would
think
frown
of it.
upon a person having sex with a goat, so...
And that's how I think of it as a human
Comes in
being
different
having
forms.
a relationship
Anyway,
with the animal.
So, like, his relationship with River Song, like, that's kind of okay because she's, spoiler alert, but, this is from 4 years ago or whatever. I mean, she is Time Lordy in a sense, so that kind of, like, I feel like that's kind of okay. I mean, I can accept that. I mean, to me, the Doctor's true love is the TARDIS. But
Sexy.
that's...
So let me ask you. So just for my basic knowledge of Doctor Who, right? He's a different species. He's much more intelligent. He's been around for much longer. So you're right. He would know better than to involve himself with, I guess, anybody if you look at it. But at the same time, now if I'm not mistaken, he always picks a human for his companion, right?
Well, only
As
in
of recently, that's been the trend, but not always.
Okay, so not always. Because my question was going to be, why does he keep choosing humans? Like maybe he's searching for something there. I don't know.
It's his favorite planet.
Why is that?
Want to trade off?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because Mike's Hard Limeade says so. I'm listening to the new Big Finish audio dramas, Classic Doctor's New Monsters.
I saw an advertisement for that, but I haven't.
I have
that
only
up yet. I need to get caught up on some of the older ones. I bought a bunch when I was in England, and I still haven't listened to.
Well,
most of them.
I've only gotten through the Peter Davidson meets the Weeping Angels, and I just started the Colin Baker interacts with the Jadoon. I didn't really appreciate the choices that they made with some of them. Like, okay, the Jadoon are okay. I don't find them that interesting. I don't remember what the Sycorax are, because that's who Sylvester McCoy interacts with. And then Paul McGann interacts with the Centaurans. That's not a new monster. That's a monster revived from before. So I'm a little disappointed in them for that. But the Weeping Angels one was as good as you can expect from an audio, from an audio drama. Because I mean, obviously, the Weeping Angels are kind of a visual.
Yeah.
Thing. There's a lot of weird explanations going on, but you have to do that for the audio drama.
Right.
For our viewers, you go to madebytricia.com and put in show 88. When you make a purchase, you get $5 off. See that? And we also have a chat room. If you go to tlk.io/thegreatestshow, you can jump in on the conversation, which we aren't having yet because nobody else is in there except the and of the hosts you see, there's only 2 of us, really. And I have the other one up so I can see if any posts go in. Disappointed. I've been pimping the hell out of this show.
Chat room, invisible viewers, you go there now. Buy some dog treats. Come talk to us.
All right, that's it, Saurabh. We're flying you out here, and you're going to be her personal spokesperson because you have pimped it harder than anyone else so far, and she's the owner.
I'm just trying to sell some dog treats, man. I don't know if I'm ready for that kind of responsibility.
We would offer to put you up and pay you, but we don't make any money, so you don't make any money.
That's about the story of my life.
Awesome. I'm really pimping the chat room, though, because and in case anyone's interested, the chat room will never close. So if you want to pop in and use the chat room, it'll always be up on my phone. So I
mean, you want some alone time in there? Just let us know.
I don't want to clean up after some alone time. You know what I'm talking about?
Look, guys, clean up after yourselves in the chat room, please.
Yeah, it's going to be necessary. Cat's back.
Come here, kitty.
Where?
I chased her out of the closet.
So Morgan, it's 4:11 a.m. in London right now.
It is.
And that's 'cause
Carl is probably asleep.
Yeah, of my Apple Watch choices, I chose London as the other time that I want to see.
Awesome.
Morgan, may I ask you a question?
You may.
What the hell are you doing awake?
I'm not there yet.
I see. Okay.
I am currently in North Dakota.
Okay.
She is where we came from, but she will be in London at some. So in the future, when we invite Morgan to the show, if it's at the same time, I will understand if
It will
nobody
be in the
responds.
middle of the night.
Because 5:30 in the morning is really early to be up for anyone.
I will be tired and grumpy, and you will be hearing Carl snore in the background
But you will be
as
demonstrating dedication.
as some
to
pleasant
your show.
background noise.
I'll be right back. One second.
Is it pleasant, or does it sound like 65 lumberjacks trying to start
Yes.
a chainsaw?
That one.
Okay.
Well, he has sleep apnea, so now he's got a CPAP machine, and that actually he doesn't snore when that's on, and it's just glorious and wonderful and quiet. But when he doesn't have it on, yeah, he starts and stops a lot because he'll stop breathing, for 15 seconds or something, and then he'll start again with a great big snore, and then snore for a little bit, and then stop, and then a big snore, and it just goes like that.
So, and because I love my wife, I will start with me. I know that I snore because sometimes I snore myself awake, like it's loud.
Yeah, he does that too.
But this one, lately, it's been little snore, quiet, little snore, quiet, little snore, quiet. Snore to Pokemon. Little snore. It's like Jigglypuff flew by and you just inhaled it, and it's just it freaks me out. I wake completely up and like It's very...
Well, I know I do snore sometimes too if I have a cold or if I have allergies or whatever, but I don't think it's too loud. I mean, I would hope.
I'm having a really hard time out here with upper respiratory infections and crap in my lungs and sore throats and being sick for months on end. So I'm having a real tough time breathing out here.
Metal Jesus, what are you doing?
Listening.
He's getting up close and
Well,
personal with us.
Yeah, that's
he
why.
wants to fill the entire screen with hair.
Yeah, did Saurabh go out and smoke a doobie or something? What's going on there?
I think he wants to get a smoke and hit the bathroom. The whole doobie port? No.
No? Okay. Look, we have 3 viewers. We have 3 viewers right now.
3 viewers? Holy smokes!
We have if you go to madebytricia.com and put in show 88 when you make a purchase, you get $5 off. Only for the next 24 hours. So it'll be dog treats. So basically, you're paying the shipping for the dog treats instead of shipping plus the dog treats. And if you would like to interact with us on the show, we have a chat room, tlk.io/thegreatestshow. Feel free to jump in. I've been pimping the hell out of this show, and it's finally paying off. The only other time we've had this many hits this fast is when I put UFC 200 in the title, and people thought we were broadcasting it. So, man, did we get hit hard. Like at one point, it was like 30-plus viewers, and I was like, holy shit, what's going on? And then it dawned on me, because I'm watching UFC in the background, and I'm like, oh, they think I'm broadcasting the game live on YouTube. No. Most watched video, by the way, on this channel. The one with UFC 200 in it. Won't be for long, because Metal Jesus, you and Saurabh are going to hang out for the post show, and then we're going to talk about the plan that I put out there, and we're going to go from there. I'm going to give you a sinister wink and a finger gun.
Nudge. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. So the other thing we're...
Does she go? Know what I mean? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
There you go.
We all get that, but she is confused.
Uh-huh.
I love in-jokes that everyone should know. Because the next thing I will say, I will get the reaction that I normally get when I say, have you seen? Have you seen the Monty Python, where that comes from?
Nope.
I think we need to watch it. She has now learned to be like if there's a classic movie that comes on, I go, oh, that's such and such. Like the Goonies was the one I hit her with the hardest. I'm like, oh, Goonies, and she's like, yeah, I've never seen the Goonies. I'm like, oh, we need to watch the Goonies. She's like, oh.
How can you have not seen the
Or I
Goonies?
just nod my head and smile and pretend like I've seen it.
My favorite one so far was the whatever movie it was, like, oh, you haven't seen this? And she's like, no. Yes, I have.
She's learning. Very smart.
Yep.
So the other thing we were going to talk about tonight was the Morgan, in case you are interested, we are going to run several one-shot role-playing games on the show live. So we're going to have a few actual 3-hour limited games on the show, like at different times.
That would be interesting to me.
I am currently.
If you don't mind that 2.5 hours is me asking questions about how to do things.
Well, so let's go with my idea, because obviously I know the most about what I'm going to do. I'm going to mesh the 2 vampire games into one, and I will have like a quick guide that I will send to all the players. So we'll have a character creation session that won't be part of the one shot, and then I will the one shot. We'll have a little BS session at the beginning, just so that we're not all like business right away, and then I'll flick a light on or something. You'll all know it's game time, and we'll go for 2.5 hours, and it'll be because everybody will have this is how I do that. This is how I do that. This is how we're doing it for the show because we need to get shit done.
Okay.
Sold.
Now,
I'm down.
I want to run the 2 vampire hybrids. I'm pretty sure Bob wants to try running a Fate game. Metal Jesus wants to run Burning Wheel.
Yes. I actually do have a scenario for that leads into like 2 other scenarios.
Good.
4 players. So.
And since I've already let everyone know I'm an epic builder, I am trying to scale back my idea so that it can be done in a one-shot. It will be able to be expounded upon if we so choose to, but I need it to be limited to 3 hours. It's a 3-hour game period. If nobody ever wants to play it again, it's dead.
For any of us who has been a GM in the past, you know that never works. You can't. A 3-hour experience, it can be a one-shot, but the 3 hours will stretch to 4.5, maybe 5.
We'll have to get pizza.
We'll have to get pizza and go on a beer run at some point.
But the intention is to expose us all to different systems that we're not familiar with or want to play and haven't had a chance.
Totally.
And yes, I'm only giving you the little 2.5-hour nugget of the game, but it should be enough to say, I want to see what happens after that 2.5 hours. Right there, we've got continuing sessions we can go into, if we so choose to. But we don't have to.
Ninja Burger.
I'm in. Ninja
Right.
Burger, Shop at Harry would be another good one.
Thumbs up.
And of course, Morgan, I've already postulated the idea of doing the Doctor Who, which would be perfect because it's episodic, and the same people don't need to be there all the time, which means you could be the Doctor the first time, and maybe Metal Jesus the next time, and maybe Tricia the third time, and it doesn't matter what order you're in. What?
You really trust this guy as the Doctor?
Maybe he's the bipolar Doctor.
I prefer the
I was going somewhere with that, and then it just sort of stops, like the car, they ran out of gas. Which is something I never do, by the way. I never run out of gas.
Tricia, oh, that's so sad.
I've never had my car roll down a hill praying there was a gas station at the bottom of it. No.
Viewers, come on. There's a chat room, people. A chat room.
Now, do you see how many viewers are connected to the stream?
Well, there's a weird thing here. So, from somebody in the past who has made contact with me, sometimes it shows me live viewers, like an actual number, and other times people, I don't know if they're watching on YouTube or if they're watching on the event page or if they got something else going on, but somebody has said, I was on the whole night and you kept saying I kept popping in and out, and I'm like, that's really weird. Where did you watch? He's like, I was just on the YouTube page the whole time, so I don't know why I was popping in and out. So even though it says 0, I'm pretty sure we have viewers.
All right, so I'm going to run with the assumption that we have, maybe like 37 viewers right now. Guys, go to the chat room, get some dog treats, all right?
Wow. Pimp Master General. In fact, there we go. It's your nickname, the Pimp Master General.
Does he have a username in there yet?
I'll wear a hat.
Metal Jesus are sharing Baby Steve. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not in there.
Morgan and you are not in there.
Okay. Let's see.
Should get in there. Missing out on the orgy.
So I see you have an iPhone, and I know that you've had one. Is that a small one or is it a big one?
This is a 4S.
No question, man. I don't know.
Holy!
Sometimes I see people on the Macs use those, and I can't believe they still work.
What? Are you making fun of my old phone?
Yeah. Do you have it hooked up?
Yes, I am.
Do you have it hooked up to your feet so that it will charge while you're moving, so that it doesn't die instantly?
This has good battery life. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you have a big satellite dish on your back so you get some sort of internet reception with that thing?
Phones are fucking expensive, dude. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
They are. We have an Apple store here now.
Don't listen to these haters.
We do have an Apple store within throwing distance. And by throwing distance, I mean we drive for several miles and then we can get there. Let's all be on our phones. This is great TV.
Yes.
Why are you telling us to all be in the chat room and then bitching that we're getting into the chat room?
No,
You can't have it both ways.
I'm not having it both ways. Get into the chat room.
What do you want?
I want everybody in the chat room. There's not enough dicks on the dance floor.
I haven't thought about that in a while.
That's right. Let's see here.
Wait, where did it go?
It went the other way.
Thank you. Thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome. Glad to be of help.
Anything you can do.
I can do this. Oh, never mind. You missed it.
Just as I suspected, we have one steady viewer, so the number that keeps popping up on our well, I mean, YouTube shows me one steady viewer, but I don't know if it's, I don't know how old it is. So the number on the bottom that keeps changing, it's a consistent person, and I want that consistent person in the chat room. Pimp the hell out of the show. Look, I'm whoring myself out there, people. Come on. And in fact, I'm writing that in there. I'm whoring myself out there.
Maybe Steve agrees.
Thank you, Baby Steve. Thank you. I don't know. I think this calls for another Mad Libs while we're waiting.
I'm on board. I can do that.
Sweet. All right. We're going to go this in reverse order this time. I'm still going to be last. But we're going to go with Metal Jesus. You've got a plural noun.
Geese.
Geese. Saurabh, you got a number.
Oh, that's lame.
69.
No.
7.62.
All right, 7.62.
7.62. Very odd, but whatever. Morgan, you have a noun.
Person, place, or thing. Always a difficult decision.
Yes.
Spunk.
Spunk?
Yes.
As in the
I don't know
attitude or
why.
as in the attitude or the fluid?
It's in the fluid.
Tricia, you have an adjective.
Yeah. Okay. Sticky.
Yeah, here we go. All right.
We're forming a train of thought here.
Here's the new house. Well, here's a house rule because I have person in room male. Now, because that limits us severely, especially if we don't have any females, and that's the other one, we have house ruled this to be any person ever in history that's male. So I am going to go with Dirk Diggler.
But that's a fictional character.
Well, you know what? He's been chosen.
I understand. I did not
I
mean
take your day, sir.
I did not mean to impede.
Metal Jesus noun.
Noun.
Come on, Nan. Hurry up.
Coffee shop.
Coffee shop. All right, Saurabh, are you ready?
I don't know.
It says person in room female, which means any female ever in history, even fictional.
And Frank.
Wow, this is going to get awkward fast. Morgan noun.
So many possibilities.
Anyway.
Skeezy porn hut.
That was worth the wait.
Geezy porn hut. I was going to suggest
Skeezy
Jizzmonger,
porn
but that's
hut.
just as good. Tricia, noun.
That's a phrase me and Sarah use a lot. Skeezy porn hut.
Portland has so many of those.
It probably has a lot of skeezy porn huts. I'm not at all surprised.
Well, it's got the most gentlemen's clubs per capita, so I mean, we are we're a landmark for that. But there's so many adult video stores here. It's awkward.
I gotta start
I
looking
thought you were gonna say awesome. That was gonna be like, yeah.
Auto parts store.
Auto parts store.
next to the sleazy porn hut.
That's what I was kind of going with, because there is.
City! Portland! Metal Jesus? Noun.
Bowling ball.
Bowling ball.
Obviously, you're not a golfer.
Well, this will go right in with Saurabh's adjective, then, I suppose.
Polished.
No, well, polished is a good one, but smooth.
Smooth. Like they've just been shaved.
Indeed, exactly. Very comfortable to cup at the moment.
What are we
And then Morgan is lucky to get person in room female.
Okay, gonna go not so dark as Anne Frank.
Dark? I mean, I guess it is for her, but...
How about...
Carry on off.
So much, I mean, it could be anybody. That's
Anybody.
makes it difficult.
It could be Debbie from Dallas.
Could be.
She wasn't from Dallas. She was trying to get to Dallas.
Oh.
I thought she was doing Dallas.
Yes, to all of the above.
To all of you both. Wait a minute, that's...
All of the above.
Oh, all of the above. Okay, because math doesn't work that way.
It doesn't?
Okay, let's see. Mary Todd Lincoln. I changed my mind. I'm going dark.
Going historical. Tricia, verb. You guys are going to love mine.
Let's see. Lightning. Let's see.
You're thinking adjectives.
I'm
you need
thinking-
to think. You need to think like
Thinking.
ejaculate. That's a
That
verb.
was the verb that was in my head right now. I was thought to myself.
Then we're thinking about ejaculating. Crazy world.
Right? It only occupies 94% of my time.
Wow, how do you have so much control?
I only have one vagina to work with here, and I barely use it. Verb.
Baking.
Baking. Wow, that was tame from all that talk of ejaculation.
Let's make a pie.
So I get verb ending in ing. Here's what I'm choosing: ass fucking.
Yeah.
That was a very enthusiastic response.
All right. I'm not sure how this worked out, but Saurabh, plan your noun because you're last again. Metal Jesus, adjective.
Adjective, adjective. What's a good adjective?
Good linguist.
No, I'm not.
Green is an adjective, and we usually use green a lot, and fuzzy.
Adjective modifies a noun.
Right. So if your noun is anal beads, you could go with spiked anal beads.
Ow.
Crusty.
Crusty.
Crusty?
Crusty.
Crusty's good.
I like crusty. It's not moist chunks, but it's good. All right, Saurabh, noun.
I'm gonna have to go with vagina.
With a vagina. Gotcha. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a noun.
All right, it's building it for us. I like not telling you guys what the subject is too because it makes it way funnier. This one is party animals.
That's apropos anyway.
How many geese can you put away in a night? More than 7.62? You might drink more than some of your friends, but you probably can't hold a spunk to some of the members of the Sticky Celebrities Club.
It's legit.
There's Dirk Diggler, Sheen, although he's a complete coffee shop. He claims he's always winning. And we have to mention Anne Frank Lohan. She must have her own private skeezy porn hut in Los Angeles County. Auto parts store. Oh, sorry. Los Angeles County Auto Parts Store. Portland Hilton likes to get behind the wheel of a bowling ball once she's been drinking. Not a smooth idea. We have to mention good old Mary Todd Lincoln Spears tends to be baking a little too much when she's out ass fucking a good time.
Whoa.
You must wear a
Unless
costume.
if you're going to get crusty, do it in the privacy of your own vagina.
That works.
That's good advice.
An ass fucking good time. Ass fucking a good time.
That's
Oh,
I
we are
think
totally
that's a
playing
thing.
one more because of the subject.
DJ, that should be made a thing. Like, how was your night last night, man? I had an ass fucking good time, bro.
How good is an ass fucking good time?
I mean, I haven't really measured it out to scale yet, but
it's not quite as good. It's way better than friendly hand job, but it's not quite as good as threesome ass fucking.
all right,
just-
that's fair. I mean, it's definitely better than just a good time.
Yeah. I mean, when somebody says, I just had a good time, you're like, oh, I had an ass fucking threesome good time. We'll mention, Saurabh, I need you to pimp the show code here.
Listen, people, get your ass to that website with the dog treats made by Tricia.
MadeByTricia.com.
They're amazing. I've eaten some myself. I'm not a dog, just so you know, but I've had some, and they're good. Go get them.
Put in show88 as the code, and you get $5 off your order.
Yeah, what he said. Do that.
Now.
Did you say noun?
Now.
Well, I also heard noun.
Great, now we're just going to be randomly saying, now, adverb.
Verb.
Adverb. Quickly. I don't know where I'm going with that. So when I'm pimping the podcast today, everybody was like, well, what's it about? I'm like, well, it's the greatest show. And they're like, well, what's it called? The greatest show. Well, what do you talk about? The title says it all.
But this is just a tribute.
Let's all stare awkwardly at Saurabh for a moment.
Story of my life.
That man. Rock.
Dude, I'm a bearded brown man that works in New York. You don't think I get stares every day?
Well, you've only attempted to blow us up twice, so I mean, it's all right.
I wonder if you get more or less.
Wow.
stares
I guess
in
two of those
North
other times slipped by, huh?
Oh, he would totally get stared at way more in North Dakota.
No, more? Okay.
Yeah.
I used to go down to
I
Savannah,
think so.
Georgia as part of my first job. They'd send me down there. And, yeah, it was interesting. You ever go to a Walmart as a person of color in Georgia?
Can't say that I have.
I haven't.
Well,
Did
I've had a problem because I'm white, so no.
You are? Let me get a closer look. I don't. Oh,
Listen,
shit.
my shirt is only whiter than me because I have been outside today. So otherwise, it would be seamless. When somebody says white privilege and I don't notice, it's because I'm white.
Here's another funny story, and this happened verbatim when I was in Georgia. I went to a Burger King because I wanted to get some food, and I'm in the drive-thru, and I make my order at the drive-thru. Everything's fine, and I go around, and the guy opens up the window to take my money and give me my food, and he pauses, and you could see him like processing something in his brain. He looks stunned for some reason, and the first words out of his mouth were, "You don't sound like that on the intercom." I'm like, what the? What?
Oh my god.
You're way darker than you sound on the intercom.
Wow.
Use your white guy voice to order.
Yeah, exactly. So I just, what the fuck did you just say? He's like, $5.75. I'm like, all right, here you go, buddy.
Oh my god.
Well, this is like a comedian I saw once. This little Korean guy comes out and he's wearing a cowboy hat and he puts the microphone up to his mouth and he goes, "I bet y'all aren't expecting me to talk like this, but I'm about to shake your belief system." And he talked about stuff like, you know, Cowboys and Indians. I hated that fucking game.
Racist.
Well, apparently he was the only Korean in the neighborhood, so of course he always got picked to be the Indian. Yeah, it was good stuff. I loved the first sentence. I mean, he didn't even, "Hi, my name is." It was just, "I'm about to shatter y'all's belief system."
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, I'm crying.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm also really sweaty because apparently what I've learned is when I'm drinking, I sweat a lot.
Happens.
Oh, it's warming this time. I'm not just a sweaty fat guy in Portland.
Well, I mean, you are.
Thank you. Oh, that's so awesome.
Happens to me too, so.
You're a sweaty white guy in Portland too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, I know it's only show 88, but I'm already starting to talk about it. our 100th epiversary, which is the 100th episode. I just call it epiversary because Steve Glosson says it. I want every single person that I can possibly get on that show, and I want it to be epically long. Now, you don't have to stay from start to finish, because I honestly believe that show is going to be like 6 hours long. But I want as many people on that show as possible, and it's only 12 episodes away now.
So that should be end of November, if my math is good.
Well, if we continue to do a show per week, yes. But I was looking back through all our videos. We have several places where there are large gaps in episodes. Like January of 2016, January 9th, 2016, there was an episode, and the one before that was like August 15th, 2015, so there was a big gap there. But that was when we were moving.
All right.
There are other large gaps, too. But in fairness, it was just Bob and I before, and if Bob couldn't do it or I couldn't do it, there wasn't a show. So we've now got more hosts, which means that if somebody can't do it, we should be able to be a little bit more fluid, like a snake. Like a trouser snake.
What's a trouser snake?
It's a snake that's in your pants.
I know, I get it. I was quoting Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. So, were we just talking about how what epic event is going to occur on the 100th show?
Yep. You're in.
I'm in?
You're in.
Am I invited? Am I invited?
You've been on the show. In fact, you have been a host multiple times now. So, yes, you are on the show. Morgan will be on the show.
He doesn't have very high standards. You're in.
Really?
We're all in.
Well, I'm in.
I'm here. Come on.
Right?
You keep going up, but I keep dragging you back in.
Harder. Thank you.
His standards are you going to answer the call when he puts out the Hangout invite? And that's kind of...
I will have some high expectations for the turnout on Epiversary 100, because how many times do we make it to 100 in any podcast that I run? The answer to that, spoiler alert.
I know. None.
Right. So this will be the first one, and I guarantee this show is going to make it, which means looks like we've made it.
Do we get in syndication then? And
yes, I'm sure there's.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Because when you're Googling shit now.
I'm a child in the 90s.
So am I, but I don't recognize Shania Twain.
You never listened to Z100
No.
in high school? That's why.
I lived in the
An old married couple arguing. Don't turn the radio. I was listening to that.
You never listened to the radio growing up? What's the matter with you?
What?
Morgan, do you watch anime anymore, or have you ever watched anime?
Yes,
Do you have Netflix?
I do.
I just finished and wholeheartedly recommend 2 anime for you that they're very, very good. First one is going to be Aldnoah Zero.
Heard of it.
Okay.
And then the second one is Knights of Sidonia.
Another good one.
That's a song.
I've heard of the second one.
Now, the thing about Knights of Sidonia, it's going to take you about 4 episodes to understand what the fuck is going on, because there are some weird shit going on that you have to kind of assimilate and process before you're like...
That's pretty par for the course with anime, so...
Well, this one was so far out that I'm like, episode 3, I'm like, I still don't understand what these people are doing!
Check out Ruby if you guys are into anime.
What?
Ruby. RWBY.
Now, before you go too much far, I'm very particular about my anime. I like mecha anime. And because I like to watch passively, I also watch mostly dubbed stuff.
Alright, well, this is American-made, non-mecha, non-dub.
That's not true. There's mechs in there. There's mecha weapons, for sure.
Well, that's more like the background, like, hey, it's over there and not important. Up until the end of season 3.
Fine. That's legit. I would say give it a shot. Despite there not being a heavy mecha element in there, definitely give it a shot. It's good.
I'll toss a link in for the trailers on the chat channel.
What? What?
The
Say that?
trailers for Ruby.
What Metal Jesus is saying, he's...
Oh, I got you. I understand. Yeah, post that. We have 4 active viewers right now that are showing up in this, and I think that would actually be higher. But viewers, if you go to madebytricia.com and put in show 88 when you buy something, you get $5 off.
Listen.
Show 88, made by Tricia.
Right now.
Yeah, go.
Don't even wait. Don't even wait for me to finish my sentence. Go get your dog treats. They're good.
And we have an active chat that goes on tlk.io/thegreatestshow. You can interact with all of us. We're all in there. Now I'm going to open that in YouTube so that I have that for the future. Whoa! Don't watch it on the show, you moron. Just load it up.
You can watch it on the show.
But I don't want to, because
Is
then
that
everybody's
what
like
you did on the
talking
show?
around me, and I'm loud because it's just no, it doesn't work that way.
Because you're always loud? Like, is that why? Because you're just loud?
Yes.
Yeah.
Morgan, how come you're not drinking?
I don't have any alcohol right now.
If I could IV this shit in here, I would.
So,
When I get back to the land of booze, then it'll be different. But
I still have the vanilla extract that I made out of your vodka from when you left the first time
well, that's good.
for baking.
I'm glad that big cache of alcohol went to good use.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you remember all the trees that were growing behind our house?
Kind of.
Inside our garage.
Yeah, beside the garage. Well, they went around behind the garage too. So
I remember when you kind of like cleaned up the backyard area.
well,
And it looked nice, and then there was something like that you did it for a reason, and then like it didn't matter or something like that.
well, yeah. Wait.
Like
yeah.
you did it, and then that was right before you moved, or
Well, no,
I don't remember.
Right before we moved, we cleaned out everything. I mean, we went for days until it was clear. And when we hit the end, I was like, oh my god, it's the end. And then I wanted to sell the house really quick because I wasn't going to fight that battle again. So, and the people that bought our house, I worked with the dad of the husband of the couple at the post office.
Nice.
Because he showed up to help paint the window trim so they could get the bank loan through, and he walks in front of the window. I'm like, oh my fucking god! I walked outside like, what are you doing here? Like, this is my son.
Well, I hope they're taking good care of the house.
My parents were in Bismarck maybe
I liked it.
2 or 3 weeks ago, and I know they drove by it and they said another tree got cut down in the yard, the big pine tree in front of the house.
Oh yes,
That,
Wait,
that was where I used to park.
garage is the one.
By the
the one
tree.
by the garage where you would have parked,
Yeah.
by our driveway. Yep, so they cut down that tree and they may have replaced the windows, but we don't know if they did anything on the inside.
While I do kind of miss the house once in a while, I do not miss the yard work, which makes me not miss the house.
Understandable.
I miss not sharing my walls with anybody.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one drawback of a condo is that we've got neighbors we can hear at various times of the day.
That sucks. I was really lucky when I lived in the shoebox. I mean, it was 3 years of, having people upstairs, downstairs, and on either side of me, and I never really had any problems.
Construction
Except there was
makes a big
there was some
difference.
people who lived upstairs that must have been super clumsy because there were things hitting the floor all the time, and it would scare the crap out of me. But
They
other
live
than
above
that,
us now.
oh,
They
so
live
that's
here
where they
too.
went.
Yes. Yeah, construction quality makes a huge difference because the construction quality of this condo is really poor. And there's like no insulation in between the condos. But the lady that I work for downtown is in an apartment building, and it's built with cement and metal and stuff that's not hollow, and hers is way quieter. Her apartment's way quieter than here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like where we live because while we're in the bad part of town, we're not in the bad part of town. Like, things don't really happen on our street a whole lot, so that's great. But like on the way home tonight from the post office, which is like 5 mile drive, but oh my God, did I run into so many police things going on, like cop cars zooming by, which is not a new thing, but I mean, like, on the corner of one street that I see this bald, shirtless guy that I call the Screamer, because basically he walks around, it looks like he just got into a fight and he wants to fight somebody else. So I call him the Screamer. I think that the cops broke the Screamer away from a guy just riding his bike waiting to cross the street, because the Screamer looked really mad that he couldn't do whatever it was he was doing.
Here, let me read
Scary.
Let me read two headlines for you from our local news channel. One of them is Cyclists Protest with 82nd Avenue of Death Ride.
Wow.
And 82nd is where he works. And
I'm
what
like
we
a
drive,
block off of 82nd Avenue.
Yeah, we drive up and down it to get from our house to his job every day. And then here is the second title or headline is Angry Lentz Neighbors Protest at Mayor's House. And Lentz is the neighborhood he works in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because a cyclist got killed, I think you said it. No, that was 112th and Foster.
112th and Foster yesterday. 2 days before it was, or 3 or 4 days before it was 82nd and Flavel. So I mean, there are multiple cyclist deaths here lately, and it's now I don't know that this is the fact, but I kind of think this is what happened. Is that bikers here, and I mean people riding bicycles, think they own the street, so they will dart out into heavy traffic and speeding vehicles like no, I got nothing to worry about. You can't knock me over. Well, if you dive in front of a large vehicle that doesn't have a stop radius like most vehicles have, you're going to get hit and you're probably going to get killed.
I think that's a common attitude for bicyclists everywhere. It happens in New York. It happens in California, where I used to live. Like, listen, people, you're on a bike. You're considered a vehicle. Obey your stop signs. Obey your red lights. Don't be a dick. If you're gonna be a dick, you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna die.
I think a big problem is cyclists tend to want to be favored by vehicle laws or vehicle rules
And
when it benefits them, and pedestrian rules when it benefits them.
Absolutely. Best of both worlds. You can't have it.
And the other problem, and I don't know about other places since I've only lived 2 places, but in Portland specifically, pedestrians have a lot of laws in their favor, like almost basically that gives them the feeling that cars should watch for them all the time and they can do what they want on the roads.
I run into a frightening number of opportunities to hit somebody that just wanders out in the street because they're like, they'll all stop for me.
So, Morgan, it would be like every road here is like the Bismarck Expressway, okay? and the people here just decide, I want to cross the road. So they just start walking across it almost like Frogger, from lane to lane to get from one side to the other as the traffic is going around them because they don't want to go to a stoplight with a crosswalk.
So Portland is a gigantic college campus. Got it.
So, I mean, the people here are just ridiculous because of the ways that the laws were written, basically to favor pedestrians, and then they go too far with it. I know that I've talked to a few people who've like grown up in Portland and have moved out to other states, and they have no clue of how to deal with traffic as a pedestrian or a cyclist because they expect everything to stop for them. And I know, like, one lady that that was from here that we met at the Ingress event the other year, she said she moved out of state, and within a week, I think she got hit crossing the street and was in a wheelchair for the next few months from all of the shattered bones. Because she grew up here, she lived here, she expected the cars to all stop for her, and that's not how the rest of the world works.
Forward, my hero.
You know, that's clearly a Darwin Award-worthy story.
Wow.
I didn't think about this. Well, to segue, I didn't think about this earlier, but I'm going to bring it up now. I had attempted to launch a movie league, and my idea was way too grandiose, and as things kind of progressed, I kind of realized I shot for the moon when really all I had was enough power to get across the street. So I want to...
So now you're going to kind of lob it across.
I'm going to dial her back. So what I'm going to announce here, I would like anyone who's been on this show to participate. You don't have to be on the show every episode thereafter. We will keep a running total, but everybody should really be on the show that drafts the movies. So here is what I'm planning to do. I will have a list of movies from a certain date to a certain date. They will be up for auction. You have unlimited funds to spend in denominations of $1 million. So 1 million even, 2 million even, 3 million even, etc. You can spend whatever you want on these movies. What we are using to judge who does best is the domestic, in the United States, the domestic gross of these movies. Oh. So, that's the kitty.
That's the symbol for the cat to jump up on him.
The nose ring, which is what that started out as, is what she took as the... So anyway, so the domestic...
That's why I made him hold it.
So the domestic, let's say that, just grabbing a random movie, let's say somebody bids on Batman Begins, and the domestic gross of that movie is $350 million. Okay, that's its entire run. And let's say Metal Jesus bid on it, and he spent $75 million on it to get it. The idea behind this movie league is whatever you spend on it gets subtracted from the gross. So I used odd numbers. I'll dial it back to 53 million. So Metal Jesus spent 53 million. The movie made 353 million. So now Metal Jesus gets 300 million towards his total. And the one with the highest total at the end wins. So, while you can spend $60 billion on a movie, spending too much on a movie that's going to crap is going to adversely affect you. So, I wanted to do that instead of just drafting movies with a certain, like $100 and just kind of bidding on that, and then you can only get so many. Is everybody into that idea?
I'll play the game, absolutely. Which we
All of you.
It's free to play. Free to win.
Microtransactions are included.
Sure. But everybody would have to be there for the draft. So, well, go ahead, Morgan.
I would be willing to try. It's a little bit unfair that, like, if you're going by domestic totals and like say I bid on a movie I was excited about coming out and I go see it, but then my contribution of going to see the movie doesn't make any difference in the game. Not that it would anyway, but
The reason,
it's like, well,
domestic gross is I know the website to go to check domestic gross. I don't know if I have a means of doing total gross. And if I can find out, I'll totally use total gross because...
IMDb.
Well, that works.
Well, okay, well maybe. So, but if I can figure it out, like Avengers, the original Avengers movie, the Marvel's The Avengers. I believe
yes,
that
we all went to that together, and I slept through the second act.
I believe that
I was
made
so
like
tired.
1.5 billion totals, but the domestic was like 900 million. I mean, it was big, but it wasn't the whole thing. So it was very. It was. I mean, there was more money there. So yeah, if I can find a place for the international, we could totally use the international ones because I feel that if the United States hates the Ninja Turtles, but England blows that sumbitch up to 1 billion, that should all count.
I mean, I know that's like a super nitpicky thing, but I guess that's, you know,
No, I like
me getting out of the country and trying to be less America-centric.
So, you, Carl, me, Tricia, Metal Jesus, Saurabh, Bob, other Kevin. We've got 8 players there if everybody's in. What?
The Soft Rock Messiah. Call him correctly.
Who's the Soft Rock?
Sorry, Soft Rock Messiah instead of other Kevin. So we've got 8 people there. I'm pretty sure I can grab a person or 2 more, and then I want to make the season long enough to where we've got a slew of fucking movies to bid on. Not all of them will be available. So like, let's say we know Doctor Strange is coming up in November, and Morgan, you bought it. You bought it for $75 million, and then all of a sudden Marvel goes, we can't release it until April. Well, instead of being out a movie, there would be one in the chute ready to fill in. You would just get assigned it as an alternative, but you wouldn't have the $75 million hit on it. So I mean, you're getting a booby prize, but you're getting it for free, basically. So.
Okay.
That's why we wouldn't bid on every single movie in that block, because if something falls out of the thing, then someone's screwed.
All right.
And the fun part about the way I want to do the bidding, let's say you really want Rogue One, and I know you really want Rogue One. I'll bid as far up the ladder.
You'll be a total dick about it.
Yeah, I'll bid you way the hell up so you're not going to make any money on it, and then I'll back off and let you get it, and you're like, oh, man, I only made $2 million on the movie because DJ was a dick.
Guys, don't take Rogue One.
I'll take one.
Don't take what? Roll call?
Don't take Rogue One. Don't take it. Just stay away from it.
Sorry. Well, no, see, the season will start next year. It will be after January 1st. I don't know exactly the dates yet. But I kind of want to do it during a movie season, so like maybe the summer blockbuster time. But I want to let this out for everybody to know so that anybody that wants to join in should contact me immediately. You can do so in the chat, or you can buy stuff for the next 24 hours on Made by Tricia and put in show 80, $5 off dog treats.
Go to madebytricia.com, get your dog treats. I've had them. They're delicious. And on that note, I'm very sorry to say I got to take off, everybody.
Oh!
I know. I'm an old man. I say.
This is my chance. Saurabh.
I haven't heard that one.
Sorry.
Lovely hanging out with you all. Morgan, nice to meet you. See you soon.
Nice to meet you too.
See you next week, Saurabh.
You bet.
I'll be back in a few. I'm just going to walk into the door and whatnot.
I have a cigarette, you cancer fiend.
And then we got, it was this Morgan, it's the Lime Lords that are left.
Yes.
Hey, Morgan, did you
What?
know that I'm going to be on TV?
Why?
Do you know the TV show The Librarians?
I do not.
Someone is going to be in an episode soon.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wait. Let me do this correctly.
I signed up with a company here in Portland that supplies extras on TV shows and movies.
Oh, fun.
So I will be on an upcoming season 3 episode of The Librarians.
I will be sure to make sure that everyone knows when that episode hits to
Yes, please
whatever
do.
they can to watch it.
Did you ever watch Leverage?
I did not. I've heard of it.
Okay. Well, there was a guy on it called, his name is Christian Kane. And anyways, he's in The Librarians too. And Rebecca Romaine,
Okay.
like, what's the blue thing?
She's Mystique in the original X-Men movies.
Okay.
Like a blonde model.
Anyway,
And Noah Wiley.
the premise of The Librarians, it started with 3 TV movies, and Noah Wiley was chosen by a mystical library to be the librarian. Basically the keeper of all these magical, when I first heard about it, I'm thinking,
Artifacts, kinda.
yeah, artifacts. When I first heard about it, I'm thinking, oh, real life Indiana Jones, and I'm like watching it, and then they were going off the deep end. I'm like, this wasn't what I was expecting, and then I kind of wiggled away from it. But then it turned into a TV series, and it's if you know what you're getting into when you're watching it, it's great. But I wanted more like artifact finding rather than the magical aspect that they're going with.
Well, they're kind of magical artifacts in a sense.
Well,
I mean,
what I'm saying is when I found them, I was looking for Indiana Jones, and what I got was the librarians.
the way I felt after we watched the first episode was it was kind of Doctor Who like, but cheesier.
Yeah.
Oh man, Doctor Who is pretty historically cheesy.
So, do you have Hulu?
I don't have Hulu.
Okay, well it's on Hulu, but I don't.
Do you have cable TV?
For the next week.
Okay. Well,
Until I go, I don't. And then if it's I mean, obviously Carl has cable, but
the network it's on is TNT.
Okay.
So, and I don't know when, but I mean, season 3 is. I don't think it started yet. Maybe it'll start like the fall season. But we've only seen season 1 because it's on Hulu. Season 1 is. I would imagine that Hulu's going to get season 2 when season 3 hits the TV.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyways, it's filmed in Portland. That and Grimm is also filmed here. And
Cool.
that one's on NBC. And I was up for a couple episodes of that, but they didn't pick me. And then they also supply people for like TV or commercials and stuff. I've basically like they look at the pool of people and they pick out a bunch of us for a job, and then they email us and say, are you available on whatever day they're going to be shooting, and then we either respond yes or no. And then after, if we respond yes, then they comb through and pick who they want. So I've gotten an initial job offer probably about 10 times, but I've only been picked for one thing, which was the episode of The Librarians.
Cool.
When are you leaving?
I haven't booked a flight yet. Carl and I got to discuss that with him because I was looking at some different flights, but probably in about a week.
Okay, that's good. So because I don't understand how a visa works, is it like a work visa or just a visa to be in the country, or?
It is a visa to get married to Carl.
So basically, they're saying you're applying to be a citizen through marriage. We're gonna go ahead and give you the opportunity. Then we're gonna investigate the bejesus out of you to make sure it's real.
Well, yeah, it's I mean, it's not. It's called settlement. Settlement of a fiance. It's settlement of an unmarried partner, but the category within that is fiance. Settlement of an unmarried partner of a British person.
So before you were going through the visa process, I had a question, and the answer was no. So I'm going to ask the question now, knowing what you just explained.
Okay.
The question initially was, if you get married to him, do you automatically become a citizen? But now that you have a visa, if you get married to him now, do you then
Still
at
no.
some point become a citizen?
I may be able to become a citizen eventually.
I'm
Right
sure
now,
there's
I just want to be a person who can work in the country and live with him.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm sure that there's different levels between not being able to be there and being a citizen, which
Right.
is what you're just wanting the permission to have a life there.
Yeah, well, that's really what I want. To sum it up, yes, I've basically not
At
had
the
a
very
life
least,
for about 2
yeah.
years.
Yeah, at the very least is to, yeah.
So with the visa I have, I can't work and I can't collect public funds, which is fine, because like I'm gonna have just getting, being in the house, doing repairs and learning how to cook and, wife things, getting ready for a wedding. That's gonna be a full-time job for the first while. But then with the visa that we are planning to apply for, hoping to get, which would then be settlement of a spouse of a British citizen. With that, then I would be able to work, and then I could get a job.
The first step is not getting sent back to North Dakota again.
Yes. Well, everything could possibly have been done wrong. Carl and I have done it wrongly. So
you can put out a what not to do video.
I absolutely could. And just list my whole experience. And
Well, I sincerely hope everything works and you never come back. Well, you don't come back for bad reasons.
I never want to see you again in this country.
I want to make sure that you don't come back when you don't want to. How about that? Better?
right, exactly.
If on the horrible chance that you have to come back, what I think I would like to offer you is to come here for a while to see something that's not North Dakota.
It would be good to do not North Dakota.
Because we have a room for you. It has to have some things done to it, but we have a room we can put you in. No mask, like you can't like bite yourself and stuff. I mean, we won't put you in a mask or muzzle.
It's not a padded.
Oh God! If I had to go through this again, I might need a room with padded walls. Because
I guess if you really want us to, we could pad it, but
I mean, I can't deal. So.
Welcome back, Metal Jesus. We've just been talking about immigration.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure this is so entertaining. You had like a record number of viewers, and now they're listening to me talk about.
We're talking about exporting our Morgan.
Yeah, and it's not a record number of viewers. It's going to be hard to hit that record number.
Well, record number of like legitimately acquired viewers.
Well, that would be true. Yeah, unintentionally misled people. Yes, yeah. This is it. Yeah. Saurabh's gone. Finally, we can talk decent.
we can all be racist.
Yeah!
Because, we're, as Trump says, we're all thinking it or whatever, right? Isn't that the truth or something? That we're all really horrible people. And we just choose not to let it out.
You're
Something
still
like that.
in North Dakota, so you've got that excuse. We keep getting told that Portland is like the whitest city on the planet, so we've got that going for us. And, well, Metal Jesus lives in New Jersey, so I guess that's his excuse.
There is no excuse for me.
That is true. There is no excuse for you. But there is an excuse to play some Mad Libs.
Excellent.
Because, do you guys want the title of this one, or do you want to do the same one? Same way we've been doing it, where I don't tell you what it is.
Let's go in blind. Let's do it the same way.
Well, the app restarted itself, so let me get, and hopefully I get the same one. No, I don't want that one. Oh, you better not have shafted me. I want that one back. There it is. Ah! All right. Who would like to go first?
You.
Okay, I have an adverb, and that will be quickly. Who would like to go second?
No peeking.
No, the cat ran towards the, door there, like, I don't know why.
Okay, so Trisha's going to go second. Noun.
Noun. Scissors.
Oh, boy. Who's next?
I will go.
You get a part of the body.
Areola.
Okay, areola. Whoa, that's a capital A. I don't need a capital A. There we go. And then Metal Jesus, verb ending in ing.
Kayaking.
Kayaking. Sweet. All right, back to me. Noun. I'm going to go with scrotum. Tricia, you get occupation.
Fryer.
Fryer.
Yep.
That was one of Carl's first jobs, by the way, as an interesting nugget. He worked at McDonald's. Doing fries.
She had the perfect opportunity to use porn star there, and she did not take it. So fryer it is.
Oops.
I was thinking skeezy porn hut clerk or employee or whatever.
Metal Jesus, we need a noun. Wait, sorry, Morgan, we need a noun from you.
Shaft.
Yeah.
Ever since you said shafted, I was like, oh, shaft, that's a good one. And I put it in my little memory bank.
Metal Jesus, plural noun.
Chefs.
I was thinking the same thing. How surprising.
And I get to give part of the body plural. And I'm going to go with titties. Tricia, how about an adjective?
Let's see. Adjective. Sensually.
Sensually. Just a note, because I know what the subject is. This is going to be fucking hilarious. Morgan, noun.
It was skeezy porn store clerk.
Skeezy. How about skeezy porn clerk?
Okay.
Yeah, it's because it's. I don't know how many characters I'm limited to. I've been pushing it.
I see.
Skeezy
or
porn
skeezy
hub
porn
really
hut.
quick.
I said store. My mistake.
Okay. By the way, I haven't said it, you look good with long hair. I mean, you look good with short hair too, but
Everybody.
Well, thanks.
it's good both ways. Not you, Metal Jesus. You look terrible with long hair. And Metal Jesus, you need to give me a plural noun, and it better be dirty.
You used condoms.
Used condoms.
That sounds dirty.
Yeah, it does. Now I need to give a plural noun, and I should probably go just as dirty. Anal beads. Oh, Tricia's lucky. She gets a part of the body.
Eye socket.
Eye socket.
Oh.
That's a Bob answer. Bob, he'll be like, nose hair, and I'll be like, okay. Morgan, verb, past tense.
Okay. Rubbed.
Rubbed. I was thinking jiggled, but I like rubbed too. And, Metal Jesus, you are last. Adjective.
Intensely.
Intense.
Wait, that's a verb. That's an adverb.
Yeah, it's a...
Intense
Well,
would be an adjective. Wouldn't
I'll
it?
go with it.
intense.
Intense.
Intense? I'll just go with intense. Yeah. Because if you were doing an intense thrusting.
Yes.
Okay, alright. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And the topic is pickup lines.
Oh, good.
Ever heard these before? If so, run away quickly. Can I buy you a scissors, or do you just want the money? Your areola must be real tired because you've been kayaking through my scrotum all night. That sounds painful, by the way. Your father must have been a fry fryer because he stole the shaft from the shafts and put them in your titties.
Oh,
So many
God.
shafts.
That's a lot of shafts.
I like a lot of shafts.
Oh,
Okay.
that goes right up there with lick my boots, bitch.
I never said that.
You did too. I have it on audio
There's
somewhere.
definitely not an audio recording of me saying that.
Is it sensually in here, or is it just you?
It's just
Do you
me.
have a skeezy porn clerk? No? How about a date? Oh, this is good. Look at all those used condoms, and me with no anal beads.
What a shame.
Oh, shit. You have a bandage because I skinned my eye socket when I rubbed for you. And there's one more. Hang on a second, I can't read. I may not be the most intense guy in the room, but I'm the only one talking to you. Oh, shit. I'm crying. I
I
totally
heartily approve of these pickup lines.
Oh, that worked out so good.
That was awesome.
Oh. I wanted to do a podcast at one point a long time ago on the Lime Flavored Podcast. I wanted to do one specifically about pickup lines. And we were just going to come up with every pickup line we could even possibly fathom and just basically put them on the show. And that never came to fruition. Of course, the 50th episode of the Lime Flavored Podcast, which was the only video of that stint, never got aired because I couldn't edit it together.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
There were so many
I
things.
bought a green shirt, so I would have a lime-flavored shirt to wear.
There were so many things wrong with what had been recorded. I couldn't. What I had envisioned just was not coming together, and I didn't know how to fix it. And I don't even know if I have the raw footage anymore because I've switched computers since then too. So.
Oh, that was many years ago.
That was the first show that I got to 50, and of course the greatest show is the second show I got to 50, and now we're on 88. And for anyone that's watching, madebytricia.com, if you buy something and put in show 88 as the coupon code, you'll get $5 off your order. Dog treats. Buy some dog treats. Show the dog treats.
Dog treats.
And because no one has done it, I'm going to keep pimping it. If you go in a browser, just go to tlk.io/thegreatestshow. It's written, like, there's no space there, it's just /thegreatestshow. It's a chat. Just put in a username and boom, you can chat with us. In the nude if you want. We don't know if you're naked. That's your little secret.
Unless you tell us you're naked, then it's not your secret.
Yeah. Morgan will recognize the character, but
I noticed that. That's cute.
This is an adipose, but it's when sweat is just fat crying. Now I got this when I was thinner and working out a lot, and it still fits because I'm fat, thank God. But I'm going to be thin again because I'll be doing a whole lot more walking, and I'm going to be wearing this shirt underneath my uniform because it breathes.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then any secret Doctor Who fans I meet out there, I can go, adipose.
That was what, season 3?
4.
4?
Of the new series.
Yes.
Because those of us that are classic fans...
4/30.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to get really, like, super nerdy about it. And we do.
Yes, we do. What I want to get nerdy about is a conversation that worries the shit out of me about Doctor Who. Stephen Moffat said that they could bring Matt Smith back as a Doctor.
No.
Like Capaldi would regenerate back into Matt Smith.
That's not good.
And I don't like that idea either. But some people have said, well, if he comes back, he should really be an entirely new version. I'm like, no, just don't bring him back.
That's not good either.
He's had his run. If he wanted to stay longer, he should have fucking stayed longer. If he didn't stay longer, that's on him. You know what? If he wants to come back, he should be pushing for multi-Doctor stories.
Yeah, and I mean, once you've been the Doctor, you are always the Doctor. I mean, there's never going to be a shortage of things for him to do, as is evidenced by all of the existing Doctors having plenty of work. You know, doing audio dramas and going to cons and, you know, doing DVD commentaries and, you know, all of that stuff.
At Wizard World Portland, I got to see John Barrowman and Matt Smith's panels basically from the same seat.
Awesome.
And I got to do crowd control because I was volunteering. So I did crowd control for Matt Smith's booth when he came out to do autographs.
Now, I have to say that had I only seen Matt Smith's panel, I would have been okay with that. But John Barrowman was so interactive with the entire audience, which was a huge fucking room, that it made Matt Smith look like a poor shadow cast on the mat up there. I was like, wow. I was so impressed with John Barrowman.
He is awesome.
And we got his autograph.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
No.
awesome.
And we also have, I don't remember her name, Alex
Kingston.
We have her autograph.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes. We were standing in line, and she had to cut through.
She wasn't at her booth yet. She was coming to it.
And she had to cut through the closest line of which we were standing in, and somebody was standing in her way. The guy behind.
Back
Yeah, the
to
guy
her.
behind me was kind of looking my direction, and I saw Alex Kingston. She comes right up behind him and goes, "Can you please move?"
Wow.
And he gets, "Oh, I'm sorry." She's like, "No, it's fine. I just I didn't want to startle you." She was
Nice.
awesome. And
Oh,
Milo Ventimiglia, we've talked about this before. I liked the Heroes show, so I went up to him, and she had a conversation with him before about, apparently he lives in Portland area somewhere.
I asked if it was his first time in the area or in Portland, and he's like, "No, actually, I live here."
So she had a conversation with him, and then I went to go get his autograph because he was taking selfies as part of the autograph fee. So I was like, I'm totally getting a selfie. And I said, "You've met my wife," and then I explained to her. He's like, "Oh yeah, she's really awesome."
Yeah, he's like, yeah, the volunteer from North Dakota, because I told him that we moved here recently, and he remembered who I was. And then I saw him again that night after DJ did his selfie with them, and I said, "I'm jealous that he got to do a selfie with you." And he's like, "Oh yeah, your husband. That's right. He was a really nice guy."
Well, that's cool.
I'm Milo Ventimiglia approved.
I'm envious.
And from The Walking Dead, Herschel.
Scott Wilson?
Scott Wilson. He had a fee for a selfie with him, a signed autograph, or both. And I walked up to the booth and I saw the three options, and they're like, "Well, what do you want to do?" I'm like, "I want a selfie." So he got a selfie with Scott Wilson.
Nice.
Awesome.
And then he signed my volunteer shirt for free. He autographed it.
Very nice.
Cool.
And Rose City Comic Con, which is the first Comic Con we've ever been to, is coming back. So this is the second time we've been able to go to it. I have a 2-day pass, so I'll be going. And I don't have any plans going into it, just like I didn't have any plans last time. But I'm going to go find me some.
Stan Lee.
Well, I'd like to try. Yes, I want to be. If I can get near him, I would like to have a picture with Stan Lee. But I'll just have him sign something too. But knowing what I know now, I will be doing all kinds of selfies with cosplayers because holy crap, that I have a lot of options. The first one I got a selfie with last time was Mary Marvel. I'm a huge Shazam fan, and there was somebody dressed as Mary Marvel, like, ah!
Nice.
And Spider-Gwen. I wasn't even anticipating Spider-Gwen, but I saw Spider-Gwen, then I lost her, and I was like, oh! And then she popped back up. I was like, yay!
So now that we did go to a couple of Comic-Cons, and I see all these cosplayer people, I'm thinking to myself, what can I do? And I know Morgan knows who she wants us to be.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that, DJ, the first time you lost weight, you told me that when you lost the weight, then that you could cosplay as the Sixth Doctor.
Yeah, well, guess what? It's all back. I could cosplay as Colin Baker. No.
Well, you lose it again, and then you could do the cosplay.
So then I thought, but like right around Wizard World time before it started, I'm like, well, it makes sense. Well, and it was before I cut my hair too. I'm like, I should be Osgood. Osgood? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that would be cute.
Right? I'm like, how simple would that be for me? I just needed to find a friend with an inhaler that I could borrow. And so we go to Wizard World, and I probably saw like 30.
Oh my god.
30 of them.
if you went in expecting 100 Deadpools, you also got 100 Osgoods. That was so many of them wandering around like, oh my fucking god.
So every brunette that wears black frame glasses thought, I can be Osgood.
Now, I know that I'm really setting my sights high here, but I came up with who I want to cosplay as, but it takes a lot of effort to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to be Groot. I need to get
wow.
sheet rocking stilts so that I am up off the ground, and then from what I have seen other people do, the hardest part of the whole process is getting the suit to look like having a suit that fits me that looks like wood, because the mask I know how to make just by etching out like styrofoam or whatever the hell it was that guy was using, but I mean I can do the same thing with the mask. But the suit is like so intense, and then when you stand on the stilts, the suit has to seamlessly mesh into the stilt, so it's very complicated.
Right.
Well, I did come up with an alternative, and it requires me to be the size that I am. She's going to love this. So, at Wizard World Portland, I saw Little Mac, who is the character that is your boxer in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. She's the little guy that does the...
Oh, okay.
So in the arcade version, the original arcade version, there is a larger, more featured Little Mac, and there was a guy dressed up as Little Mac. So what did I come up with as an option? King fucking Hippo. I just need a pair of shorts, a crown, and Band-Aids over my belly button, and I'm ready to go. Oh,
Well, that's pretty easy.
Yeah. So my sights are set a little bit lower. Tricia's got a picture of...
This is our picture from Wizard World last year, or from February, and you can tell
cool.
the height of Groot compared to the other people.
Damn.
Wow.
So that guy was definitely on stilts.
Now, I
Yeah.
think the guy who's playing Star-Lord is crouching, but, I mean, still.
Not a whole lot. No, the girl, too, the green one.
Oh,
is...
no. Yeah, they're not. No, he's full on up there.
No.
So if I was going to do Groot, which I really wanted to do, but yeah, it would be expensive to do. I would want to be that tall. And the other thing that I keep not realizing is that I'm in a hot bodysuit in the air where the heat rises to, wearing a helmet all day long, and I'd be sweating buckets. And all I could say is I am Groot.
Yeah. Oh, here's DJ's selfie with Milo,
Oh.
and then
Nice.
oh, that's my selfie with Iron Man.
Nice.
There's a guy that has a really elaborate Iron Man suit.
And here's his selfie with Scott Wilson.
Awesome.
And well, here's a picture from the John Barrowman panel.
Fun.
I got to go to that one too because they sent me up there for crowd control again. So I managed to see that panel. It's the only one I saw, and I guess that's all.
So
Is that all that I have on there? Oh, here. He got me a picture of a weeping angel.
Cool. By which I mean horrifying.
I saw 4 weeping angels on the floor, I think, and she was the only one that didn't look like she was wearing a paper plate with cutout eye holes. I mean, it was, some of the costumes were like, okay, so you're wearing a gray bed sheet and you're wearing a paper plate that's been spray painted gray. I mean, I appreciate the effort, but you need to step it up, because when I saw her, I'm like,
Yeah, she had a mask on, and then her arms were covered, her hands, everything.
yeah, there was. She was by far the best one that I saw that I got a picture of. The only person that I am very sad that I did not get a picture with, there was one woman who was dressed up like Lady Thor, and I saw her, and I'm like, oh my god. But as soon as she walked in the hall, she was bombarded, and I wanted to let her have a little bit of time on the floor, and I never saw her again. I mean, she was just overwhelmed, and then boom, it was. I never saw her again. So I was like, God damn it! It was so awesome. I wanted Lady Thor. Now that we've awed you so much into silence,
I'm just letting you guys talk. It's fine.
Well, Rose City Comic Con's coming back up, and I'm looking forward to going to it. And
It's in September.
It's in September, and I don't know that I'm going to cosplay yet, because I don't want to plan on King Hippo and then lose 40 pounds before then, and then be like, well, now I just like a fat guy who lost a bunch of weight. I don't want to, I don't want to do that. So I want to wait to see what I can do, and if my new activity at work keeps me at a certain weight, maybe I'll plan around that, or start stitching a coat together. It looks like a circus performer wearing a curly wig and having an Osgood with me.
I'm a volunteer. I'm gonna dress up as a Rose City Comic Con volunteer.
Not this year.
Oh,
Maybe.
I see.
I don't know if I want to get rid of this though. Might have to come up with a. Maybe I could be the John Sims master, but I don't know how we would cosplay that.
Hi, kitten. Wanna come up? Come here. Come on. Hey, sis.
I'll have to come up with some ideas. So
Kitty.
stay tuned.
Kitty.
Yes. Awesome.
Hey, sis.
And you, Morgan, will be the first person I send my costume picture to.
Sweet.
And
I
you'd
would
be like,
love to do all kinds of cosplay. It's just right now my main cosplay is bride, so I can't really think about anything else right now. It's like, no, I need to work on that.
well, if I had a Groot costume, I would totally show up as Groot at your wedding, and then I could. Groot
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to put the Bridezilla foot down on that one, because I know Carl wants you in the wedding party, and
Uh-oh.
Yep, well, we're gonna be.
if we have eventually have a bigger church wedding, which I would like to do.
They're overrated.
Yeah, I mean, for the ceremony part, if you want to just do the ceremony, but yeah, having gone through 2 weddings myself, I can tell you firsthand that if you get the legal part of it out of the way so that you're legally married, and then do some sort of ceremony that doesn't necessarily revolve around a church, but do the whole big hoopla. I mean, because the churches that I've had interaction with always seem to be like, you can do this, but no. This is my fucking wedding. I'm gonna do it the way I want. No, but you can't. No. Don't tell me what I can do. So yeah, because I'm the only one on this podcast, I'm positive, with 2 weddings under my belt.
Yeah.
Because Bob's not on this one. He's got 2. He's got at least 2 weddings under his belt.
At least.
I'm not sure how many times he's been married, but I know he's been married at least twice.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious. I think it's just twice, but
Wow.
But yes, after the wedding, I can start thinking about other costumes that I would like to do for different cons.
Yeah, because you'll have all kinds of them over there.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Just based on the few pictures we ever see that Carl posts, I know that you'll see a lot more than we ever will.
Yeah. Well, and then again, too, I mean, this has all been the courtship phase, which has included taking me to cons. It could be that once we're married, then he'll never want to go again.
with as many pictures as he takes at ones he goes without,
That's true.
I'm pretty sure there's no danger of that stopping anytime soon. Because the one thing that I keep saying about dating couples is because, like, I hear so many people going, yeah, she was so fun up to the point to where we started getting real serious, and then it's kind of like we didn't go out of the house or anything. I'm like, well, so most people meet in a bar, first off, and if you stop going to bars, the connection you had automatically is gone right there. So
That's true.
it's better to meet somebody at some place that you are going to or doing something with on a regular basis that doesn't involve a one night out or a girls' night out or a bachelorette party, or it needs to be something. If you want somebody that's into cons, you go to cons and meet somebody at a con because you know that they're into cons.
Right.
Like if you wanted to meet William Shatner, he is totally into cons. Like the con!
I got it.
Bring plenty of cash, though.
We won't bash William Shatner any more on this podcast than we already have, but it was a bad experience all around so far. I am very sad. Have either of you seen Star Trek Beyond yet?
No, I've been reading off it.
Have either of you seen Star Trek Into Darkness?
Nope.
I've not. I've seen like the first half of the first one.
Oh my god. So everybody is bashing the new
This is where you need Carl.
Yeah.
I can't help you here.
Everybody's bashing the new Trek, and I don't understand why, because this Star Trek movie is setting records. Ooh. Who's
Is there a
Scatterbrain?
person in our chat room?
There's a person. Everybody in the chat room, quick!
Quick to the chat room.
God, I lost the chat room. Where did my chat? There it is. My chat room. God damn it! It kicked me out. Really? Let me in.
So my contribution to a Star Trek conversation is that I need to get some Star Trek T-shirts because I have Doctor Who, and I have Guardians of the Galaxy shirts, and I have Cat shirts, and I have Star Wars shirts. So now I need Star Trek shirts. So I wanna get this shirt that says "Bake It So."
Oh, that's cute.
Because I think it's so funny. And it's got these, like, it must be kind of like the cover of a cookbook sort of mock-up. And it says, "Become captain of your kitchen with this #1 bestseller, assimilate delicious pastry." And his apron says, "Engage."
Yeah, engage. I didn't
You
realize.
just say boom naked.
Well, because
You're
Scatterbrain.
obviously not naked. You're on camera.
Oh, the illusion is ruined, Morgan. Now people know.
Sorry.
Oh, that's funny stuff. Yeah, I stopped paying attention to the chat because nobody was popping in there. And I see now that my chat is blowing up. I should refresh that bad boy.
Blowing up. There's like one other person in here, isn't there?
Hey,
Or is there a couple?
that was one more person than we had before, so it's blowing up.
That's true.
Scatterbrain, are you into the UFC? Wait, are you Tony? That'll answer the question for me. Scatterbrain, are you Tony? I won't even say any more of that. Just, are you Tony?
He's watching the podcast while watching UFC.
I know. I have a UFC.
Maybe.
Maybe. I know who he is. Thank you for watching. I invited him on because I thought that Metal Jesus wasn't going to be here. So I was in freak-out mode that I didn't have a co-host, but things kind of worked out to where I understood that I made a mistake. But I got Morgan on because I was freaking out. But I also tried to get Tony on, and it would have been cool if he'd have been, on the show. I could still invite him if he had his Google Plus account, but I know he doesn't have it set up, so...
Well, now that I have mine set up, it should be easier for me to join in the future. Because, yeah, I had some issues, but they've been resolved.
Well, because I know who Scatterbrain is now. Scatterbrain, I need to know who is winning, Caceres or Rodriguez. Those are the two main event fighters. Sorry, didn't mean to confuse everybody. On a good note, Caceres' nickname is Bruce Leroy.
Jenkins?
Jenkins, yeah.
Apparently that it's just starting, so nobody has won yet, or nobody is winning. Scatterbrain, was there a lady fight on tonight? And if so, who was in it? And if so, who won? So we'll continue talking other than that. I had a direction I was going to go, and you know what direction I'm going to go? I'm going to go back.
Mad Libs?
Mad Libs. And we're going to get nasty dirty, so I have to pick a new one. Apparently we only have one more free story. We're going to play it. Okay, we're going to go alphabetical by first name. So, I'm first. I have a noun, and I'm going to go...
So are we going with the M or the J?
For Metal Jesus.
Oh, no, we'll be going with the K. So I'm going to go with a noun, and I'm going to go with schlong. The next in line would be K for Metal Jesus. And Metal Jesus, you also have a noun.
Car.
Car. Next would be Tricia. No, Morgan. You have a noun.
Hmm.
And just remember, butt fucker is both a noun and a verb.
That's true. Okay, anal lube.
Anal lube. Woohoo! And Tricia's
Specifically.
going to be so happy that she also gets a noun. That's pretty dirty. Banana. I get an adverb. Slickly. Kevin gets a noun. There's a lot of nouns in this one.
Nipple clamp.
Nipple clamp. All right.
Singular. Just one nip.
Morgan gets a verb ending in ing.
Well, I guess I gotta go with butt fucking, right? I mean,
Well, if you want to keep in stride, yeah, butt fucking.
yeah.
Tricia gets a noun. Remember, butt fucker is both an...
Light bulb.
Oh, light. Well, that's pretty dirty too. Those things get stuck up places.
Hey, kitten.
I also get a verb ending in ing. Gerbling.
Oh,
Kevin gets a noun.
Snail.
Snail.
um,
Morgan gets a noun.
Marna? Rose?
Okay.
One against Danielle Taylor. Marina?
Marina. I think that's Marina Rose.
Okay.
Who's
I'm
is it Morgan?
thinking.
Yeah, Morganing. The Morganing is noun. Yeah.
Kitty.
Puddle.
Oh yeah. Adjective.
Fuzzy.
Now it asks for the same adjective twice, so I'm going to put fuzzy in twice.
Fuzzy.
I get a noun, and Kevin, prepare. You are last again. There is something about your fucking house or your stream where you're always fucking last. But you got an adjective, so prepare it. I got a noun, and I'm going to go with rape whistle. And you have an adjective. Go.
Breasted.
What? Breasted?
Yep.
Breasted. Like a suit. All right, here we go, folks. Man, there's a lot of dirty words in this one. This is going to be good. Office speak. If you're going to thrive in the corporate schlong world, you'll have to talk the car and walk the anal lube. Office speak has subtle meanings. When you greet a coworker at the banana cooler, you should say, "Hey, working hard or slickly working?" This establishes you as a nipple clamp player. When your boss wants to make sure you're butt fucking the same way she is, she'll say, "I just want to make sure you're on the same light bulb." When it's time to start a project, you don't say, "Let's begin." You say, "Let's get the ball gerbling." When your boss has nothing better to do, she'll call you just to touch snail. She may also tell you to think outside the puddle. This is her way of asking you to come up with a fuzzy idea so that she can take credit for it. Finally, when you complain that she stole your fuzzy idea, be prepared to hear there's no I in rape whistle, but there it is.
Except there is.
And no one said life is breasted. Oh my god. I thought we had them all. There's a new one too.
Banana cooler.
Banana cooler. You got to think outside the puddle, people.
And you want to be sure that you're butt fucking the way that she does.
Right. So everyone wants to butt fuck the same way. I love it. Yes, Scatterbrain, these are bedtime stories. We do Mad
No,
Libs.
go to sleep.
Oh, I'm done drinking, apparently. We do Mad Libs every once in a while, and it's been a while since we've done it, so we did 4 this episode. So this it's not necessarily a normal thing, but we like it to be a normal thing. And unfortunately, Scatterbrain, this being your first episode, there's no Bob. But we are hoping Bob will show up in 2 weeks because Bob is also busy next week.
Captain Bob.
Yeah. But you can buy some dog treats by going to madebytricia.com, putting in show 88, and you get $5 off your order. And you already know about the chat room, so I'm not going to tell you about it again. I have had, for everyone's knowledge, I've had a Not Your Father's root beer. I have had a Not Your Father's vanilla cream ale. Hey, what's with the guinea pig? Some bonsai love going on here.
Here's the piggy.
Aww.
I have had a Mark's hard limeade. Mike's. Mark doesn't have his own limeade. And then I had a Henry Weinhardt's orange soda, hard orange soda. And Metal Jesus has been drinking horse piss all night. Wait, what is that? Is that Stella Artois?
Yep.
That's fancy horse piss.
Imported horse piss.
Oh, imported fancy horse piss, sorry. And Morgan has been drinking
I'm
water.
sober. Oh, I'm just drinking Dr. Pepper as always.
It's full of corn syrup.
I know. Well,
But not
when I get back to England, I get back to the good stuff.
I am going to require you. There was a bunch of pictures you sent of like the crisps aisle, and I don't remember what, but when you go back and take pictures of other crisps, I may want you to send me some because I want to taste non-highly processed, factorized crisps.
Pigeon, we have
Yes.
that kind of stuff here. We're in Portland.
She doesn't know.
Yes, I do.
It's made from real English people. I want really.
Well, we don't have stuff made out of hippies here. Sorry.
Oh yeah, hippies.
Yeah, who wants that? Smells like patchouli. Tastes like.
This fight is crazy, DJ. You should check it out if you can find it. Oh, I'll find it.
You know where he lives?
Actually, I do.
Lock your doors.
Oh,
Is this about the time the show usually ends, or?
DJ's gonna be like, "I'll be right back," and he'll run for the door.
No,
Me and the pig will have to hold down the fort.
I don't know exactly where he lives at this moment, but I'll find the fight. I'll watch it in retrospective, and I'll explain that. He said his ass just puckered. Probably because I know where he lives. Sphincter shut. Sphincter check.
Sound off.
There's a bonsai over here in case anyone was wondering.
Guinea pig.
In case anyone doesn't know, we have all black animals because black animals matter. Because we started out with a black and white tuxedo cat and a black cat, and
then a black Pomeranian.
And we had a black Pomeranian, and so she found a black guinea pig, and now we have another black cat that showed up in our yard before we moved to Portland. So we've just got we get the black animals because they don't get adopted a lot. So I just want one non-black animal just so that I know when I'm kicking when I get up to pee in the middle of the night.
We can get two.
Two what?
2 white kittens.
Oh boy.
Just down the street. A boy and a girl.
And what about that kitten that will not accept the 2 white kittens?
We'll trade her in for 2 white kittens.
Oh my God. You're not trading my princess in for 2 white kittens.
The best thing ever is on our street here. There's a lady that lives a few houses down from us, and she has her own cats, and some of them are indoor cats, some of them are outdoor cats, and the cats of the neighborhood just collect at her home because she feeds them. And then they also have programs here where you can trap feral cats and you can get them fixed at the vet clinic, and then they clip their ears so that you know they've been fixed, and then they release them again unless they can be adopted by somebody. And so there's basically 20 cats down the street that I can go play with.
Aww.
Yeah, it's the best thing ever. And I especially like to come home after I play with all of them and then let Isis sniff my hands, and then I tell her that I've been cheating on her with other cats because she's not very nice to me. And I tell her that she should be nicer, or I have to go find other cats to love.
Harsh truths.
I know, right? And then the lady that I work for, she also has a big fuzzy cat that absolutely loves me.
Oh, you're tired.
Tired, Piggy.
Tired, Piggy. Oh, tired, Piggy.
Had a long day of eating hay.
I don't want to spook anyone, but Morgan said that she was just gonna stop by for a little bit. She's been almost on the entire show.
I know.
Well, I mean,
we only have 25 minutes left, so you might as well stay now.
Oh, okay. It goes for 3 hours?
Well, we kind of drift towards that. What's been happening, I noticed on YouTube, because it gives me the timestamp after when I'm uploading the cover, and it said lately it's been 2 hours and 55 minutes, the last 3 or 4 times, and I don't understand how that's possible, because some of them I know that Bob and I drifted over the 3 hour mark, and there's still 2 hours and 55 minutes, so I don't know what it's cutting out. But
Yeah, I was hoping to duck out.
No, you shall stay.
Yes, you shall stay. And like I said, you don't have to show up every episode. But if you pop in from time to time, that would be great. You don't even have to stay for like an hour. You just pop in and go, hey, how you doing? We're doing great. All right, get the hell off the stage.
Well, I thought I'd try and help it be less of a sausage fest, as he said.
It needs to be less of a sausage fest. In fact, now I'm the only one with a sausage. The rest of you have vaginas.
Does this work for you now?
It was quiet for so long. I wasn't.
My little piggy's a boy.
Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, because if you think about all the hosts I've got Saurabh, I've got Metal Jesus, I've got Soft Rock Messiah, I've got Bob, I've got me. That's 5 donguses right there. I mean, and Tricia is all by herself most of the time, so I need more vajay on the show. And
Well,
Scatterbrain can be that
I can
vajay.
deliver. Represent the vajay.
I can't.
What she's trying to do is like, represent the women's vagina.
Oh, I could do that. I could do that one. I'll do that one. You do the
Gotta hide the
W's.
thumb. Hide the thumb.
Oh. Okay.
Women's
There you go.
vagina.
Sweet.
Yes, a woman's vagina is always sweet. Why are you eyeballing? What's going on? He's like staring right at me like, hey, fat boy, shut up. If I shut up, the show will be quiet, piggy.
I'll be back in a few.
Then he can sleep.
Oh, gotcha.
See?
Maybe.
Aw, there you go, cuddle pig.
Cuddle pig.
Cuddle piggy.
Cuddle piggy.
I think he's 5 now, Morgan.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's hard to believe.
I know.
And for any of you viewers, if you were following along in the chat, you'd be a part of a very funny conversation going on right now. I'm not even going to read it over the air. You all have to go to the chat room for it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh.
I love it. Totally his sense of humor, too. Totally. Yeah. That's awesome. Oh. Hi, other viewer. We're having dirty conversations on the chat if you go to the chat.
If you want to get in on some of that prime sexting.
Yeah. In a chat room. Is it sexting if it's in a chat room?
I don't. What did we used to call that? It's been so long.
But well, isn't it like an orgy at that point? Like a text orgy?
What did they used to call it back in the day when people in the chat rooms would talk dirty?
Creepy? I don't know.
I don't know. I was married before the internet existed.
Yeah, I was married twice
Sorry.
before the internet existed, so. I'm old! Oh. I love the way you used the word clan. Oh. I'm still waiting for Morgan to put something really dirty in there, like lick my boots, bitch. Which probably is on.
I missed some of the conversation.
Oh.
So.
Well, I'd hold it up, but we can fill you in after the show.
It's fine.
Oh, shit. All right, I'm reading this. This is a response to your question, Morgan, about people sexting in a chat room.
Oh, does somebody remember what that's called?
I don't think this is what it is, but this is what Scatterbrain says it is. Dances with labia. That's what it's called.
No, I don't think that's what it was called.
So either, but that's hilarious. Oh, Kevin Costner was in that one.
Cybersex.
Cybersex.
Cybersex. Cybering. That's what it was called. I said
Let's
that
start
so
with the
loud,
beginning
I'm
of
sure
that.
my parents were just happy to hear that.
Well, I mean, how terrible can it be? You are alone in a basement or wherever you're at in the house.
I'm definitely not 31 years old in my parents' basement.
Wait, two-thirds of our podcast is podcasting from their parents' basement.
That is true.
That's funny.
That's okay. One of them's trying to get out. The other one's just milking off the government, going to college. He's not even here to defend himself.
I was going to say, and he's not here to defend himself.
Just give me 2 weeks, and then I'll be in a house that is kind of partly mine.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be all yours.
That's right, Morgan. That's what you do is you marry someone with stuff, and then you take it.
So, God, what happened the other day that made you realize that we were in that exact situation? Because you looked at me and you're like, just like us. Like a man giving up crap. It's funny. So, it was like something about you get married and then you get access to his bank account and then you just take over.
The fetish thing. Some guys like to give their bank account access to a girl.
That's their fetish. They give access to their bank account, and then she looks at me and she goes, "That's weird."
Or marriage, also known as.
His paycheck goes in direct deposit, and
I don't really play with it much.
And he doesn't have any. Yeah, he doesn't do anything with the account. It's pretty much all mine at that point.
It's true.
And the other day it specifically fit because we had to part of our theft was our checkbook, and so we had to close our checking account and get a new one. And so when that happened, then he had to kind of reapply to be the joint account holder, and he was at work, so he couldn't do that yet. And then in the meantime, we also had to set up his direct deposit for the new checking account. So I did that on my own at home while he was at work. So then that situation was that I was the only person who had access to the checking account, and I went into his stuff online and set up his paycheck to direct deposit into it, and he didn't have any access to any of it. And we don't have debit cards because they were also canceled because we had to stop using them. So he doesn't have those to get into the checking account either, so he's, totally out. It's all mine.
She says that, but she didn't realize how easy it is to cut that money train off.
You mean by quitting working? Like leaving the house and pretending you're working, but not really?
Setting up my own account and just having my direct deposit go to the other account, and then we're like, why did the payment stop? Like, I don't know.
I'll log in as you and find out. We knew somebody when we were first married and I worked at Aetna. We knew somebody. It was a married couple, and the husband was pretending. He would leave every day pretending he was going to work.
Oh my God.
But he quit his job or got fired or something. Regardless, he was not working. He was living off of their credit card, And he was making sure he would get the mail every day so that she would never see the credit card statement. And he was just hanging out and running up the credit card and not working while she came to work every day.
That is... Oh.
When you're sitting in a room and you know that this has happened with these two people and you're looking at one of them going, what the fuck is going through your head, dude? Where do you make the connection that that's not going to catch up with you at some point?
Yeah, there's only one way that can end. I mean, it can only go on for so long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Well, now that Metal Jesus is back, I think I'll duck out. You guys can sausage it up for the... I don't know what this motion is necessarily, but...
This means sausaging it up, apparently.
Well, yeah, but they're missing, too. They're not quite connected.
Wait. Then I don't know what that
One's
is.
taller than the other.
Okay, I'll do the making the penises kiss. Thanks. You guys can sausage it up.
Well, thanks for coming on, Morgan. We will get you on again for at least the 100th anniversary, probably also the movie draft, and I will let you guys know well in advance.
Well, hopefully I'll be more willing, you know, once I've got my own co-pilot with me.
And hopefully when your co-pilot is sitting next to you is when that'll happen. So.
Yeah.
But I will invite you every week. You can choose to ignore it if you want, but don't. You can always pop in for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
well, we shall see what happens. How
yes.
I adjust to the time change.
Well, and of course, I'm not going. Well, I'll be inviting you, but at 5 o'clock in the morning, I don't expect you to jump. But at 6:18 right now, you should be up now.
Because I'm such a morning person.
Because everyone should be up at 6:18 on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, right, Sunday over there. I totally forgot. So it would be 45 more minutes.
Sunday here too, in North Dakota.
It's true, it is.
You people
it's Sunday everywhere but here, damn it.
People in the middle of the country, you don't know what you're doing.
Well, thanks so much for having me, guys. It was a lot of fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh God.
And now, whoa.
Is there a cat down there?
Yes, there is, and I'm playing with Stickerson here. Her favorite toy. So, we've been making fun of you, Metal Jesus, while you were away.
Please continue.
Well, the other
person... You know, you're an easy target when you can't fight back.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Our favorite joke so far is when she said that 2/3 of our podcast was broadcasting from their parents' basement. Because Morgan was also in her parents' basement. Oh, it's fun stuff.
My mom, so I don't know why, well, I guess I kind of know why. My parents have a pretty big house, and they recently remodeled the bathroom on their main floor, and my dad put a Wi-Fi extender or booster or something.
It's a I don't know, a hub. It's a thing sticking out of the ceiling that provides Wi-Fi. So while I'm taking a dump,
in the bathroom,
get to use that bathroom again, I can have strong Wi-Fi
in the bathroom. So my mom says to me today that she was chatting with my brother online earlier, and they were working on the trim or something on a window in the bathroom yet. And she was like, the Wi-Fi works great in there. And I'm like, great. So now from now on, when we FaceTime chat, you're going to be calling me from the bathroom. I just thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
But my dad's got that house all wired up for internet and everything.
Now I'm picturing the scene with Mel Brooks from Spaceballs.
I know when you say that with Mel Brooks, the only thing I can think of is when they beam him up and his ass is in the front. Why didn't nobody tell me my ass is this big? Oh, it's gonna
Alright,
give
I'm
me a...
pulling it up now. I'd like to find it in the chat.
Well, if I click on this, I'll lose the other one that I have. I'll watch it on her phone.
I have an urgent message from Lord Helmet. He's lost the princess. Where? Somewhere in the sands of Vega. Come up to comb the desert, you hear me? Comb the desert! Yes, sir.
It's in the bedroom. That's not the toilet.
They messed up. They labeled it wrong.
It's all good. This party's winding down, buddy.
As it is.
So you're available next week?
Maybe I might be late, but I will be around. So it's the week after that I'll be LARPing.
Yeah, so Bob's not. I wonder if Kevin will be back next week, or Soft Rock Messiah. Do you think Saurabh would jump on if you weren't here?
Yeah, I've told him to, and he's had fun. So
okay, so I'll invite the usual suspects, and maybe I'll get started on solo, knowing you'll pop in. But he's just soaking up to love. I mean, he's barely reacting to anything.
He's a happy pig.
Hard. So we should probably wrap this up. Because I've yawned twice now, and that's not good TV. Scatterbrain, thanks for watching. Tony. You could be on, Tony.
Maybe.
You could be on, Tony.
Go to Made by Tricia, Tony.
Yes. That code works for 24, well, not 24 hours anymore. It's like 21 hours left. You can use that code. Show88 at madebytricia.com with a C. Madebytricia.com. You get $5 off your order.
It expires at 7:30 p.m.
Pacific
time tomorrow. And yes, $5 would be the value of a bag of dog treats. But there are knit hats on there too for people.
So you can get $5 off a knit hat. And in case anyone is wondering, this may be a one-off thing. It may most likely not be a one-off thing. I don't think it'll happen every episode, but the potential is there. Somebody's smoking. Or is it just me sitting here? Because every once in a while I smell that.
I don't smell any smoke right now.
Well, there we go. So, for the viewers, or the viewer, or however many you're watching, we'll let you go. Metal Jesus will talk a little bit afterwards, and we'll see you next week. This is the metal thing. It doesn't say anything until the camera stays in us. He doesn't understand how TV works. Say goodbye, Metal Jesus.
Bye, Metal Jesus.
Of course I get that.